Fear. The spectacle of fearsome acts. Somebody steals from me, I cut off his hands. He offends me, I cut out his tongue. He rises against me, I cut off his head, stick it on a pike. Raise it high up so all in the streets can see. That's what preserves the order of things. Fear.
Telling beats. Telling beats. Telling beats. Telling beats.
of you question whether or not I'm here for truth. Question if I was a real flat earther or not. Well, the reality of it is there are no flat earthers. There are only globe deniers. Every flat earth evidence really is just a globe phenomenon, explained by the globe. Don't you see that? See, I'm still here for truth. And now there are certain people in my way. What is up, party people? Oh, you guys are gonna love this one. So I decided to, how do you say it, change things up a little bit. Today is going to be about putting the globe's feet to the fire. That's all there is to it. This is what I planned out. Just so everyone knows, in the server right now, not one person in the YouTube chat can hear you. Everyone is muted, every single one of you. So talking is pointless. I can't hear you. YouTube can't hear you. Just you guys can hear yourselves. But this is why. Now, I'm going to invite any flat earther that would like to ask questions and get answers. Today, the plan is to put the globe's feet to the fire, or hold their feet to the fire. So better way of saying it. Before I start, let me make sure my audio is good because I have my fan in the background. It's hot as fuck today. But yeah, that's the plan. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I emailed or I DM'd Chris, Travis, Montreal, and then now the call out to any other ones. If you want to join, go ahead and go into my description. The link is in the description to the bunker. I'll get you verified and you'll be able to talk. But that is the plan. The plan is to have everyone have to answer. You guys don't have to answer to nothing. You guys want to know how gravity doesn't work here and there? Okay, well, you won't be asked an alternative. You want to ask about curvature? Cool. You won't be asked a question in return. You do not have to answer anything. Your jobs today is not to answer a damn thing, but to ask all the questions you like. And here's why. The way I see it is if the globe, as I believe it is such fact, there's nothing to hide. There's no reason that an answer can't be answered. An answer that hasn't been written out in science or understood by science can't be answered. And that's pretty much the gist of this stream right now. Yes, I see what you're saying, Master Khalid. You're right. They do. It is pretty much what it is, but usually a conversation gets skewed when a conversation. What will happen is you'll be having this conversation, and then it goes to the back and forth. Usually, those conversations end up hitting stalemates the second you ask the flat earther the question. So that's kind of where I want to avoid that. I hear a lot of, well, 5-on-1s and 10-on-1s, well, against one flat earther. Well, now flat earth, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about being questioned. You don't have to be worry about being held to task. This is your stream. This is your turn to basically say, answer this, and not have to answer anything. Like I said, I took the blah, blah, blah. I put the invitation out to Travis. I put the invitation out to Chris. Montreal just found out, so I'm not expecting him out. I think he's at work still. But any flat earther that wants to jump on, we can go ahead and do that. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone, so everyone will be able to be heard and be able to talk and be heard on the stream. Once a flat earther does get here, or someone who does question the globe, globe denier, gets here, we will all keep ourselves muted and basically rattle off, and then they'll be able to rattle off questions and go from there. One of the main things that I want to make sure happens is that we're not holding any flat earth foot to the fire. As far as I can say confidently, as far as most of the people on my panel right now are concerned, they're not, they have no need to think the globe is false. They know the globe is real, and there shouldn't be any problems. I don't see anybody now, so I'm going to go ahead and start unmuting, so you guys will be able to be heard. If you're in the Discord right now, go ahead and you can unmute yourself if you wanted to talk, and as I get down the list, you guys will be unmuted. Some of you guys I don't really need to unmute, but I'll make sure I get a lot of you unmuted. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And you guys can ask me why the hell am I doing this, or whatever else you'd like, but let me get this done. Erebus, got you. Farmers, you're good. All right.
The end of the rules, so I don't know how to obey rules I haven't heard.
The rules are that flat earthers can ask us questions, and we have to provide answers. We can't ask them.
Oh, yep. What a challenge!
Well, there is a catch. Just go, don't care. Doesn't matter.
Hey,
what was that?
That's up to you guys. You guys can answer any way you want. Stream can hear you now, so you guys are good to go.
But is there some kind of rule about how we can unmute or mute? Because I swear to God, I was.
Oh no. No, I just had everyone muted when I started, so that I could get it all through. But I could start here, and that way I just get my spiel through.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole muting process. That's all said and done for right now. But if someone came in and say a flat earther came in and want to start asking questions, and then instead of having everyone go at them, there's just no more at them. They don't have to worry about answering questions. They don't have to worry about answering how it would work on a flat earth. It's 100% us answering questions today. And the reason I want to do this is because, like I said, I'm very confident in the fact that it is a globe, and in that being said, what's the worst that could happen? We learn something new that we didn't know about the globe, or make it very clear that it's a globe.
Sean, does that include loaded questions?
You can.
Not every question.
You can address it being that it's loaded, but we're not firing back. Put it this way: we probably won't be asking any questions today. I'm pretty sure there'll be some questions like clarify this, clarify that. But as far as how flat Earth works, if you're confident that it doesn't work, we don't need to ask them questions, right?
Yeah, but we're just going to get those same old generic questions. Well, how do we have gas pressure next to a vacuum, or how does gravity work?
Well,
then what you do is you answer it according.
Where are all these flat earthers? Are they waiting somewhere with questions?
Like I said, I threw a few invites out, letting them know that I was doing this. Yeah, that's right. Nobody on this panel, just so no one says, "Oh, well, this one." No one knew. The only people that knew
Okay.
that this was going to happen was three other people, and they weren't Glovers. So if you're in the chat and you want to ask questions, I'll make sure you tag me, and then I'll ask the questions for you.
Are we allowed to ask them questions if we need clarification on their definitions of something first?
Yes, absolutely. The only thing you're not allowed to do is ask, well, how does that work on a flat Earth, or explain how that works on a flat Earth, basically.
Well, yeah. Well, we know the answer to that already. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Well, that's why we're not questioning them. If you're confident,
well, what's the point? You know, you only get to bring the bullshit back. So what's the point?
Well, that's the way I'm seeing it. If we are comfortable and confident in the fact that it's not a flat Earth, then why are we asking questions? The people that don't know, who are supposedly truth seekers, should have a shit ton of questions or something they don't understand. That's why they don't believe it's a globe. If they believe something works on a flat Earth, well, I'm pretty sure you can form a question that would be towards the globe, towards us, and that would be the kicker of it. For me, I'm probably going to step back a little bit unless a question is actually directed at me, because I did tell Travis if he wanted to come on, I would 100% not ask a damn question to him about his ether ban. And what I would do is basically just answer any question he has, show any example that he needs to see that makes what I've said verified. But that's where we stand right now. Again, you don't have to come on, because I know there's some flat earthers in the chat that don't ever come on panels, so it'd be kind of like making like they're forcing them. But that's what I wanted to do today. And at the same time,
did you go over to the Flat Earth Discord and tell them that we were lining up like a bunch of pin the tail on donkeys?
I can't. Are you talking like 24/7?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't let me go over there because I'm Sean.
Me neither.
I haven't even had a conversation.
That cesspit anyway.
But I mean, yeah, that would. I wish they would. I begged them to do that shit. They won't do that. But at the same time, this is why I'm doing this. It's either going to show one of two things. It's either going to show that they're not comfortable with what's going on, because if they are comfortable with that, and I say comfortable, I don't know why I keep saying that. If they're confident in the fact that it's flat Earth, why aren't they doing streams like this? And if they do come and they ask a bunch of questions, it's only going to show that the understanding of that we live on a globe is widespread. It's not just about proving flat Earth wrong. This is also about showing how we know we live on a globe. And I thought that was a great idea. But
Sean, so far,
are you like building like a globe wall here? Are you like you trumping on these flat earthers?
All I'm hearing is bitching and moaning right
Something
now.
like that. Something like that.
Right. So, Sean, to get things started, if they're not willing to come onto the panel, are they allowed to ask questions in the chat or in the Discord?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you want to DM me questions, I don't care. Question away. If you're on the fence and you're worried, let me know. All right. Travis said he's going to join in about 15 minutes. So until then, we'll keep
Stingray
going.
doesn't count.
But Travis doesn't ask questions, makes claims, and then he yells "fuck" at everybody.
Travis is Sean's.
Well, the thing is,
Sean.
The thing is that
why? Sean got Travis
no. Like I said, no. I like I said, I gave Travis the invitation to come to explain to him the stuff that we were talking about on the debate stuff, but that's here nor there. If he has questions or he wants to talk about something else, that's on you guys. Like I said, I'm hosting a platform for flat earthers to get what they say they want. I don't know.
Does he actually have any questions, or are they just going to be like personal attack questions?
Oh, I have no idea.
So if he just comes in and he asks us a bunch of personal questions about our schedules and our motivations,
God
are
damn
those
it,
going to be allowed?
Shut up. You know damn well what I mean.
Hey, I've been around here for a while. I know.
Okay.
I got expectations.
If they ask personal questions, ask them nicely. Does not get personal.
I can't ask him any questions. You told me I'm not allowed to ask him.
That's not a question. That's a statement.
Yeah.
And you can and
Wait,
TSA.
you're not gonna control this.
Well, I am. I'm gonna make sure it doesn't get out of hand.
If you ask me a question that's inappropriate, you gotta.
Yes,
shut it down.
I will keep questions scientific and away from personal.
What about religious? Are you gonna allow fucking hocus pocus and God magic to fucking be the answer to everything? I'm not asking. Wait, I'm not asking questions. So
they don't have to agree with you. It's all I want this to be is a situation because someone comes in and goes, well, this doesn't work on the globe. And then usually he'll happen to go, well, this is how it works. And then they go, well, how do you think it works on a flat earth? And then it usually gets cut off by that in halfway through an explanation of something. And it does get old. And the whole, like, you know how Chris runs around going, everyone's censoring this and that. What better of a situation where you don't have to worry about that. Floor is yours. Oh, well, and Chris Barney.
Ask questions. He has
in other words, if you believe that the Earth is a globe because God made it a globe, that is a perfectly valid answer.
Yay!
Yeah,
It's gonna be so easy.
I can't control answers.
It's gonna blame God for everything.
But this isn't just for globe flat Earth. Denying science, and if you deny anything conspiracy-wise, that counts too. I state that because Crow is in the chat, and he actually has a question. He says, question, I'm a denier, not for the globe, about dark matter and energy. Is Barney ready?
Yes, I am.
F equals MA.
And I'm going to say it again. Make sure if you're in Discord or in this YouTube chat, make sure you tag me so I can see it. I got the chat in front of me. I will not miss it. But you got to tag me because I'm not reading everything. Yeah, but that's the plan for today. And if none of them show up, like I said, then obviously they don't have very many questions. So
then hashtag bitchmade.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a flat earther, and I got a question.
If you're denied, hey, question away.
So, does anybody here believe that science as a whole has ever been so-called infiltrated by politics in any way?
Yes, 100%.
Whoa.
Oh, Sasha's here.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh, time out.
Hey.
What's up, Sasha? How you doing?
Long time no here.
Hey, that's the only proof I needed right there, and that's Sasha says that. That's good enough for me.
Hang on, Max. How you doing, Sasha? How you been?
Good.
Everything well? Healthy?
Yep.
Good.
Cool.
I wanted to ask a kid this. Are you happy or upset all school's done for the rest of the year?
Don't know.
That I suspect is the right answer because he's happy that he's not at school, but at the same time, there's a whole lot of learning to be done.
Well, actually, that's a bit of a. I'm sorry to say, it's a bit of a. Your homework with you.
Well, they're doing home. Like, I know a lot of schools are trying to do like the what do you call it? Like Zoom conference schooling or something like that.
Yeah, remote teaching.
We have this thing called Compass and Canvas. Right, Compass is your basically your timetable and scheduling, and the other one is all the stuff you have to do for your basic STEM subjects.
Yeah, but the problem, I don't know how it's working there, but I know here in the United States, the biggest issue is that, for one, it wasn't set up when this all started. So it's basically now them trying to get as many kids as they can into it. But from what I'm hearing, it's very low count on the kids joining in on the little meetings that they're doing. But that's here nor there. I don't know what's going to happen. I do know this. And pretty much any kid that lives in like places where they get snow days a lot is ready for this. All the kids in California have no clue, but their summers are going to get cut short. They're going to start school the second this is done with. That's the fun part about it. But yeah, and if anyone's new and didn't hear what's going to happen today, in a very quick way of saying it, we're not asking flat earthers for any evidence, any examples, any hows or how that could not works. Today, we're holding the globe's feet to the fire.
Sean,
We're here to be questioned.
Yep.
And give the best answers that we can.
Sean, I don't want to rain on your parade, but Jeranism is live with 764 watching, so I think the flat earthers might be busy right now.
Yeah, I don't think
very. Over there jerking off.
I'm almost positive that 90% of his views are bought, but that's just me. That's just me.
I wonder how much Bitcoin he's fraudulently laundered through those bots.
I didn't hear what you said, Devers. I was reading in the chat.
Oh, you don't know about Jeranism's $80,000 worth of Bitcoin he fraudulently laundered?
Oh, that's old news, dude. That was a long time ago.
We know about Moriarty, dude.
Yeah.
But he's still under investigation for it too. Apparently.
We know about the Moriarty scandal, dude.
Oh, you gotta remember, Davros. At least a handful of us we're old timers here.
No. I know, but recent light, it's the investigations reopened. They're looking for him, which I find funny because he's all over YouTube.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No,
I think it's
because they had filed a suit against him. He was taken to court.
Yeah.
So they know him. They know who he is. He lost his house and shit over it.
Where the hell did Crow go? Crow, if you're in the chat, why don't you ask that question, Mike? But yeah, it's. I mean, you don't have to be a flat earther. If you just deny something, it's a better way of saying it, I guess, right?
Jose says he's CGI.
Who's CGI?
Jose.
You see? Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, I'm not going to read your previous comment, Jose. It's kind of dick. And I don't want that person having anything to do with me. So, because that would really, really piss me off.
Yeah, kind of. I didn't see that one. I thought he just wanted us to say it was CGI.
Here, let me see something.
Jose, don't be a dick. Pete, I just had to listen to Pete be racist all day.
That's why I died there. I couldn't listen to both Pete and Lemonbird. It was just.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be honest. I thought Pete and Lemon were actually more than tolerable today.
No, I can't stand either of them. Yeah, no, sorry, I just can't do it.
Today they were good, but I have to say fair play to Q for the way she handled Pete and the dimension of time.
Yeah, he shut up for a minute there and started thinking. Didn't do any good, though.
Oh, it never will, but fair play to the way you handled it.
I was just trying to amuse everyone.
I was entertained. I thought it was funny as shit.
No, I just couldn't do it.
Like I said, I thought today they were more than tolerable.
I really thought that if we let them, we could have got Lemonbird and Pete arguing over the dome, and it could have been pretty funny.
I'm pretty upset that didn't happen. What you got? Jose was trying so hard, but people just kept jumping in. I was like, no, stop! What are you doing?
It wasn't too bad. They after a while they just stalled. Lemon and Pete, they just stall out. They're getting burnt probably.
I've just abandoned it and watched TV.
We're wearing them down, guys.
Hello.
Hopefully. Hey, what's up, Crow? You got those questions? Barney's here.
Yes.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I can hear him.
I know, really.
Yeah, sounds good too.
That makes a change.
So, I thought phones are better than laptops, but I got a new phone and probably it's very shitty, so maybe laptop is better now.
What are you on at the moment?
Laptop.
Yeah, because usually when you come in here, you're this. There's a comedian over here called Rob Brydon, and he does Man Trapped in Cardboard Box. And that's usually what you sound like, a little man far away trapped in a cardboard box. And we all have to desperately turn the volume up so we can hear you. But no, you're absolutely fine today.
Okay, so my question, I think I've asked it before, and Barney gave me some answers, which doesn't prove the dark matter and the dark energy, but it kind of disprove anything else. So it's not that we know it or understand it. Am I correct, Barney?
Yes.
Okay.
Agreed.
So I'd like to get back in time and remember Newton, that his theory and equations work perfectly except for Mercury. And when that happened, people didn't start assuming things and build equations on these things to explain why Mercury works this way, right?
Yes, they did.
Oh, yeah, there's. I've seen that there people tried, but was there anything accepted the way the dark matter and dark energy accepted right now?
No. So there was a hypothesized planet called Vulcan, whose orbit was and mass were calculated based on the deviation of Mercury, but when they looked, it wasn't there.
Okay, and now we had Einstein solve this problem, but then there's another problem that came for Einstein, which is that galaxies, they don't spin the way they should. So why don't we wait until maybe someone comes and say, well, Einstein was wrong in a certain portion that we didn't encounter yet, and he solved the mystery without dark matter and dark energy.
I agree that may happen.
Okay, that's good. Recently, I've seen a video about the oldest star in the universe, and they say it's 18 billion years old. That was the initial calculations, and then they kept on. I don't know. I would say they fudged the numbers until they made it 13.6 billion years. So whenever it comes to deep space observations and analysis, I feel that it's mostly, or not mostly, we're kind of based on many assumptions, or assumptions, I'd say so.
Yes, the astronomy is a very imprecise science. That's a difficult thing to say, but you will have estimates or measurements which span several orders of magnitude. Meaning, the distance to this thing is let's say, E10 to E12. Well, that means that it is not 1, but it is bigger than 1 and smaller than 100. That's the range, kind of like in the span of 1 to 100. We know that it's somewhere between 2 and 99, right? Which is ridiculously imprecise. But that is where the scientific rigor comes in. If that's the accuracy that you can measure it to, that is what you report. And that in itself is valuable scientific data. Knowing that it's not 1 is valuable scientific data, right? So, yes, astronomy is wildly inaccurate. Yes, there are a lot of assumptions and a lot of room and a lot of room for fidgeting with things and a lot of ignorance. But the rigor comes in reporting what you really do see and trying to make a coherent picture of it.
Well, I think that answered my questions very, very well. But before I leave, or before I shut up, I'd like to make a point, because when you say based on some assumptions and or inaccuracy, some flat earthers ask me how do we go to the moon or things like that with the 3-body problems, and I'm not very knowledgeable about the 3-body problems, but
yes,
I think it's that if that problem wasn't there, then we would go to the moon with accuracy of maybe 5 inches. But because of that problem, we go there by accuracy of 12 feet, maybe. So is that example is valid?
Yes.
Yes.
So we can. So The problem there is equivocation with the term solution. Solution meaning this is a perfectly accurate, predictable shape and form that we can calculate infinitely long into the future. We have that for two-body systems. We have that for certain configurations of three-body systems. Right? But that doesn't mean that we can't calculate what will happen with three bodies. We just can't calculate, like, if you're sending a ship that should reach the moon in 2 billion years, then your calculations might be slightly off. But if your trajectory is 2 days, yeah, we can calculate that just literally second by second. Calculate the end body problem second by second for the next 2 days to reach the destination.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. One thing that I wanted to say about dark matter, there is two ways of thinking about it, right? There has been a murder. A guy has been shot several times in the head, so it's not really it's not really doubtful that it's a murder. It's a murder, right? So some people think that dark matter is like saying Bob did it. It's not. Dark matter is literally saying there is a murderer.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
That's a very well put way of saying it.
I think Bob probably did do it, though.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob did it. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. Bob's the name.
Barney. Hey,
Yep.
Barney. You know what happened with the Methuselah star, right?
No, I've heard it mentioned, but no, I don't know specifically.
It was a misstroke in the calculation.
Yeah, and those happen, and
yeah, they had to go redo the calculation, and it turned out there was a dot in the wrong spot, basically.
Easily done, I would have thought.
I know, and whatever it is, I would like to see it rechecked 7 different times by different teams, and everybody reporting literally what they find, because people get things wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a question about what you guys were talking about on Jose's. You guys were talking about time and everything.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. But
causality, Sean. Just forget time. Just go with causality, man.
Yeah, I know. That was what I'm kind of trying to say. You guys were doing a lot of what I call 5 o'clocking, where you're portraying time as a certain way, when in reality you have to clarify what scale you're talking about it in. And the easiest way for me would be, birth, life, death. That's an example of time, and it's not a time that you would look on your watch for. But my question goes to, because I was trying to figure this out, and it doesn't make sense to me. Barney, how is it put? To have time, do you have to have limits? I think it's what it was.
Are you trying to get at what Lemon said, that because the time doesn't have a definite start and end or dimensions, then it doesn't mean anything?
No, I think maybe. I'm trying to remember. I think it was basically okay. I know the context of what I was trying to say. Someone was trying to say that you need to know the start to have time for time to be relevant, I guess. And the way I was saying it is, we don't know how old the Earth is, and in that situation, we construct a roundabout time, right? But does it have to have these limits? Are there limits? Because go ahead, Sasha.
If we're considering time a dimension, our other dimensions don't have starting and ending points; they go on infinitely. So why can't time do that?
Mm.
Well, the way I saw it was the only limit that time could have would be in a situation like the expansion of the universe. It just can't surpass it, right? So
I'm hoping you people aren't thinking of time in space-time is actually minutes and seconds. I really hope you're not thinking.
Nobody's talking about that.
No. I'm thinking more of just an existence of is a better way of saying time.
The thing with time is it has been invented by people, by humans.
No, the
Well, so is
measurement of
everything.
time.
Well, that's
No, the
you're talking about
measurement of time.
Exactly. That's you're talking about.
It has been invented. The passage of time has been invented by humans, and
I don't think so.
the countage, yes, because
I'm
everything
sorry, I have
follows.
to counter that.
No, you what you're doing, you're only giving a scale to that time. When we're saying time, it's literally the existence of. Don't look at your watch. Look at life. Before you're born, you don't exist. You're born. That's the beginning of your time. Your life is your time. Death is the end of your time. It's not. It's not a watch. It's not. We're not talking days, months, years. We're talking.
That's why I say that time has been invented or suppressed by humans.
The words to describe it have the same as the words have been invented to describe the other dimensions as well. It's like Sean says, it's just putting a scale on it.
A tree doesn't use a clock. A cat doesn't use a clock. Only we use it. We use it as a measuring tool.
Yeah,
the clock that we use for time is just a measurement of the duration.
Yeah, the whole time is a construct of man thing isn't the time we're talking about. The time, that whole man invented time, that's just that's man's way of defining a moment. Whether that moment be a long years or decades or millions of years or a half a second, we're defining a moment when we give time a scale.
Yes.
That's I was trying to think about, like you were saying, the expansion of the universe. It's obviously it's not time, but something can't be relevant or exist beyond the expansion. And I was trying, because that means there's nothing out there. There's no time. There's no then, past, future, nothing beyond that. And that'd be the only time I could think of.
There's one assumption that you're taking.
What's that?
That you need physicality for time to exist.
Define physicality for me?
Humans.
The third dimension.
It's the fourth dimension.
No, I think you do have to have it.
Why?
Because beyond it would be nothing. There's nothing. It's not because. How do I say it? But because again, time's still a scalar. I guess even saying that statement makes it that construct we keep talking about. I think.
But again, that's still tying time with physicality.
How do you not?
How do you?
Time?
Well, I explained it. I guess I'm wrong. So I guess that's how I explain it, being wrong, though.
Is that like space time? Oh.
Well, like you were saying, it's time is just literally a passage of.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that doesn't denote the necessity of physicality.
Yeah.
To create that passage of.
Yeah, you would only you would only do that if you're defining a moment, I guess, what I was saying before, right? It would have to be physical to define that moment.
But that moment could exist
anytime
without physicality, yes.
Is not time a measurement of entropy?
No. Straight answer, no.
You would scale down time to, I guess, observe that, right? To calculate the measurement of that entropy, but again,
and Travis could tell time he would have been here 13
or is it
minutes ago 'cause he's late.
Inverse to entropy?
Say again?
Inverse? You mean the opposite?
Inverse? Like the bigger the entropy, the slower the time passing.
Which way are you going? Are you going disorder to order or order to disorder? Which way?
Oddball question. Can you inverse entropy?
Yeah, you can refreeze water.
Is that the only instance?
And then you could turn it into a gas.
That takes a lot of energy.
Yeah,
that's entropy.
Yeah, so you're not really reversing entropy that way.
Moving energy from one.
You can't. Sorry, I've got to explain this. So you had an ice block, you melt it to water, you then turn that water to steam. You can't turn that steam back into the same amount of water and then the same amount of ice. It just doesn't go back.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is it possible to reverse entropy? Pretty much.
Locally, yes. As a sum within a closed system, no.
Do you have an example of what you mean by locally?
Literally any process in which you get more order.
Excuse me, but
like in which you any method by which you create a steeper gradient of energies, such as separating your fridge, your refrigerator, right? It takes heat out. It separates heat from cold, and that is a reversal of entropy. However, to do that, it uses up energy and heats up the environment and distributes it more, which overall increases the entropy, even though it is locally decreased.
Adam, people aren't hearing you, so you may need to drop and reconnect.
What happened?
Adam, there's no volume at all. Can't hear him. So you can see his name lighting up as if he's talking, but we can't hear him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I did hear him, but he didn't.
Yeah, if join one of my other voice chats and then come right back in here, and it should fix that.
Gleam's in the chat. He's not a flat earther who believes anything he says.
No, he needs a hat to be flat.
You can ask questions away.
That's catchy. Need a hat to be flat. I like that.
Shout out to Pete Shea's dirty scrub brush mustache.
Actually,
farmers.
Just a
You left just a
question.
little bit too soon.
Is Pete Shea actually 47?
Who cares?
I don't know.
Well, if he is, he's had a hell of a life because he looks older than me and I'm older than him.
And he's only 3 years older than me.
Yeah, and if he's 47, he's younger than me.
That makes him 9 years older than me, and I'm sorry. In 9 years, I will look nothing like that.
Yeah, but caramel doesn't turn white, man.
That's true.
Yeah, but you didn't live through the potato wars.
Yeah, neither did he.
Yeah, but you wash your mustache.
Don't make me go back and watch that, Q, please.
You can watch it. It was in the after show. I'd have to show it to you.
Q, how did you know I have a mustache and a beard to actually watch? Why have you been spying on me again?
Just assume that everybody in here lacks grooming standards.
No.
You can hear it.
Grooming standards or ability?
No, just like people are
I
relaxed.
couldn't pluck my eyebrows. Good grief.
I just assume there are a lot more beards here than, like, say, at Walmart.
No, not beards. No. Oh.
Moustache.
Can't do beards or tashes. No.
Facial fuzz.
Look, if I go 2 days without a shave, I feel scruffy.
Yeah, I know.
Excuse me, I have no hair, facial hair.
Yeah, but you're an anomaly.
Yeah, I have all the facial hair.
Yeah, I have none of the facial hair.
I don't really. I have eyebrows and stuff, you know, like
Well,
eyebrows.
eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, normal ones, yes.
No beard, no tash, no sideburns, nothing. Ugh. Nothing.
No.
No. Ugh.
I have all the abnormal facial hair.
But it could be worse. It could be a chin beard. Oh no! Oh.
Oh, so that means Barney's got hair growing out his ears then, if he's got all facial.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Ears aren't face.
And I bet when he takes off a t-shirt, it's like Velcro.
But Q, that's what makes it odd. I have ear hair growing on my face.
Is that implanted? Did you have
Kind of
was that an aesthetic?
I'm not sure what to even be scared of, but I am.
Has it genetically been identified as ear hair?
I just have all the facial hair.
Do you have any other kind of body part hair growing on your face?
Is it like all yours, or did you like borrow some too?
His face is like a hair farm. He's got a little ear hair, a little pubic hair, a little face hair.
Sean, he had to go to Morocco and harvest some extra.
Oh dear.
Do you need a t-shirt or you're okay with your chest?
Excuse me?
What you mean?
I'm not sure where that came from.
I just knitted my chest hair to look like a t-shirt. I actually never wear a t-shirt. I just whenever you've seen me on camera, I've been naked.
You know when they call it? You know when they call it a hair shirt?
It's really good
It's
at
not a
body.
shirt.
No, it's just knitted chest hair.
I am so happy I use Discord.
Sean, you got too many foreigners in here.
You say that again.
I'll leave.
Yeah.
You're not a foreigner.
I am
I'm
to
a
him.
foreigner.
You know.
Oh no. If you're in America, you're not a foreigner at all.
Yes, you are. You're the
I am
most
to-
foreigner
Nope.
there is.
I am to this guy from Upside Down Land.
Nope. Yeah, see how that sounded?
I'm actually Aboriginal, Q. So, yeah.
That doesn't change the fact that you're upside down.
No, that's in your frame of reference, but in my frame of reference, you're upside down as well.
Actually,
No,
you're
clearly,
upside
if
down
I'm,
in your
if
red
I'm in
reference
America, I'm top.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Yes. Look,
I reckon there's some other countries that might have something to say about that.
I'm not sure if you've looked at a globe, Davros, but the northern hemisphere
cheese
is
and whipped
always
cream?
on top, which makes you on the
Does
bottom.
north mean up, does it?
Jesus
From the south,
Christ.
yes. It means up
What?
north.
You are a flat earther, right? Yeah.
Look at any map. North is always on the top.
Yep.
Ow!
Wait, do I have to show you people?
There are
I'll show
things
you right
that
now.
are not
I'll show you
sure.
right now.
Is that what you would call a neck beard?
Holy crap, that is weird.
Oh, cool.
That's kind of
No, you
wrong.
want to see a neck
This is
beard?
what happens when
Sean,
men are just
I think you have
desperate
to
for a
show
new
that.
look.
I did.
Is it visible on stream?
Yeah, I showed it.
That's a neck beard.
Was that like something
Dude,
of
what is
the
in
hell?
Crash's beard?
What? Excuse me? Let's
Crash
find out.
has stuff in his beard.
Yeah, let's play the what's in Crash's beers. I can't
Everybody
do it. I
wash your
can't.
mustaches.
I can't.
Dude,
'Cause I can't stand looking at that fucking eye.
And now, our next round, what's in
It
Crash's
makes,
beard?
it makes me super uncomfortable.
Oh, dear.
All right, look, I will show you.
It has one horn.
Well, it's clearly not flies because he's got tape for that. You guys don't see it in the background. Haha.
Oh, yeah.
I get the best eyes here.
Here we
Beat
go.
you all.
I'd scrolled right and passed by then. Yeah,
Okay,
got
look.
fly skip down, hasn't it?
I'm gonna prove my point.
This is Australia.
Davros, where's Australia on that ball?
Hey,
Yeah, that's
hey,
the Australian globe.
It's under the American boot.
Yeah, it's down under.
How you can't even
wait,
see
Davros.
America. America doesn't
Hey,
even
Davros.
exist on
Hey,
there.
Davros. Do you realize that everything about your country is telling you what's wrong? We're telling you you're upside down. What's your the continent's fucking motto? The land down under.
Yeah, that's just a remnant from the colonial times when it was referred that way by the Poms.
Yeah, I was pretty sure Australia didn't call itself that. We did.
Yeah. And they say it too now. Say, Davros, say, I'm from down under.
Governor.
You sounded like Governor.
He's Australian, not from the East End of London.
I'm sorry, I'm not a foreigner, so my foreigner language isn't working.
Why would I say governor?
I didn't say that.
Governor.
Good day, Governor.
Governor.
Yeah, let's light up the Barbie.
Say, Davros,
Look at that.
Cranky.
Davros, say, throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
We call them
Cranky,
prawns.
G'day, mate.
Prawns.
What, mate?
It's not our fault you don't know what they are.
Davros,
In life, mate.
Davros, say guppy.
Well, it depends. You guys have got the bubble guppies.
Oh, what a ripping Sheila.
Oh, Barney.
Foreigners.
That's as bad as getting Carlos to say pussy and damn.
Yeah.
I know.
Sneakily.
Davros.
My dad lives in Perth. So.
Davros, say, far go, mate. Far suck the sauce bottle.
Oh, it's fair
Don't
suck of the
say
sab,
that.
you dumbass.
Straight, mate.
That's not my fault. Google's never been good about translating.
There's nothing quite as Australian as saying bloody Poms.
Is that like saying you jerk off too much?
No, Poms are British. The English. Right.
Yes, prisoners of Her Majesty.
Yep.
Poms.
Says the people who still ruled by her as well.
Let's see if Davros is actually Australian. That would be a fun game. What's the word for chocolate?
Chocky.
Very good.
Hello. Sean's pulled up a page on the Google, hasn't he?
Yeah, I know he has. We did this about 7 or 8 months ago on Terry's.
Why do you call chocolate chalky?
Because we shorten everything.
Yeah, sure.
That's like that's like the best of everything. Like
you guys say
Why do you guys
barbecue,
speak
we call
English?
it BBQ.
Isn't it the Barbie?
How come you guys don't speak Australian?
It's Barbie.
And why don't you speak American?
I do.
Barbie.
No, you don't. You speak English.
Barbie.
No, I speak American English.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, Australians don't even speak Australian English.
I don't know about you all, but I speak American.
America.
Sounds like English to me.
No, they speak American.
No, what it sounds like is you guys are trying to speak American, and you guys sound funny because you're foreigners. Foreigners.
Hark at him calling us foreigners.
Foreigners.
Why do you keep changing your names, farmers? Farmers. We know you're not a farmer. Wow. We know you're a farmer's boy.
Correct.
When you change it like that, it sounds like you're not even confident in yourself.
I lived on a farm. My dad's a farmer.
Well, then you are a farmer. By right. Yes, by right, dude.
Have you ever?
Okay, how about this? Have you ever collected an egg?
Have I what?
Ever collected an egg?
An egg?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we used to have chickens.
Farmer.
That's not farming.
That's farming.
That's not farming.
It is farming.
It's poultry.
Come on. I'm not a farmer.
Not farmers.
What makes you a farmer?
Dude, I've taken eggs out of a blue jay's nest.
Did you own those? Did you own the chickens that made those eggs?
Well, my dad did, but yeah.
No, you did too. Stop saying that.
Farmers.
You're too young to bio.
Did you help your father on the farm?
Yes.
Look, a farm isn't
Then
just
you're a
chickens.
farmer.
I'm not a farmer. I'm an engineer.
No, you are you can be more than one thing. You mother. You are a farmer.
I haven't driven a tractor in how old am I? 34
Okay, fine.
years.
Driving
Okay,
a
how about
tractor
this?
doesn't make you a
Okay,
farmer.
farmers. How about this?
Wait, hang
You
on.
were a farmer.
No, I was a farmer's son.
I bet you
Oh,
ran
his father
the
was.
tractors, and he's not a farmer.
He ran the tractor.
Sean, he just admitted he drove a tractor and
Yeah.
he picked up eggs from chickens.
Yep, and he knows,
On a farm.
and he knows what a curly fry is. So therefore, you were a farmer. So you may
I know
not be
what-
one now. You may not be one now, but you were.
Once a farmer, always a farmer.
No.
I've never
Yeah.
been a farmer.
And I told you that. Yeah.
You
Okay.
were.
Okay.
You're gonna
How about
be.
this? Uh-oh. Guess
Oh.
what? Guess what?
As soon as they figure out a way to rationalize it.
Peer review time.
Again.
Oh yeah. This time we're gonna find out if you're a farmer.
Come on.
All
Okay
right.
then.
We're going to weigh this. I want everyone to hear the evidence provided. He has gathered eggs from chickens that lived
Yes.
on his property.
Yes.
So have I.
Well, it wasn't my property. I just lived there.
He
Exactly.
I actually did that this morning. Does that make me a farmer?
Yeah, must
wait.
do.
Yes.
Hang on.
It
Wait.
does.
Time
Hold
out.
on, you're
Wait.
a farmer
We'll
as
get to you, Barney. But for now, we're talking about farmers. Hear me out. Eggs. He drove a tractor,
Mhm.
and he knows what a curly fry is. Okay.
I don't have that last one.
Be glad
see,
of that.
You're not a farmer then.
Sounds like a gardener.
I don't believe farmers really exist.
What?
it's a global conspiracy.
What?
So
Yeah.
we never find out where our food comes from.
I was going to say, where do you think it will
It
come
comes
from?
out of trucks.
I know there are
Get in
children.
the truck.
I know there are children in places
Stock boys
like
and shit, dude.
that don't know where.
How does it get to the
People
stock
load
boy?
it on it. Come on,
Warehouses.
silly.
How does it get to the
People
warehouse?
load it on it from
Other
warehouses.
trucks.
And how
I
does it
load
get
it
onto
from
other
the
trucks?
warehouse.
Other stock boys.
No,
I'm a stock boy.
It's just
Peer review
an
time.
endless cycle of trucks, warehouses, and stock boys. That's where food comes from.
Yeah, I'm a stock boy, and I.
Center, so yeah.
Then you're all
Why are you
motherfucking
arguing
farmers,
with
okay?
me? You know I'm right about
You're all
everything.
motherfucking farmers.
No, they're not. And this is this is my area of expertise because I used to manage an 1,100-acre bloody farm. Farmers, you are a farmer,
I'm
whether you
not.
like it or not.
I'm not a
Yes,
farmer.
you are. Yes, you are. I am the
Just in
expert on this
denial.
panel in
No,
this
you're not.
subject.
The farmer said
Yes,
this
I
is
am.
communism, and you are a farmer.
I nowhere on
Now
my
go make
sheet
us
does
some
it say
eggs.
farming. Nowhere.
Okay, so hold on. In the chat
Go
says,
make some eggs.
hold on. In the chat says, I have changed a gasket once. That doesn't make me a gasketeer.
What's a gasketeer?
Okay.
Yes, but farmers collected the eggs more than
but hang on.
once.
Exactly.
They helped on the farm more
Yep,
than once.
exactly. I was going
And
to
he
say.
drove a tractor on a farm.
Yep.
Well, I better not
Maybe.
mention combine then.
Did you ever plant any seeds or sow
No.
a field?
No.
Did you
No,
have a
that was
field?
that was Dad's job. He was the bloody farmer.
What the? Fine. You were an armor. You didn't get your F.
Oh, so I should be not an armor.
I thought it was F is for family, not F is for fun.
Well, I'm telling you right now.
F is for fake. There are no farmers.
No, farmers is a farmer.
Damn, we've been rumbled. It's all fake.
That's a
Farmer
master conspiracy.
Farmer
Oh,
conspiracy.
I've heard more ridiculous conspiracy, so fuck it, why not?
But it's also the fact you lack social awareness, right? Sort of rumpus style.
Nobody lacks social awareness like Rumpus.
This is true. Only the
I wonder
grumpus.
if Rumpus would be down to debate if he's socially aware of himself or not.
No, I don't think he would.
I understand
I
the
tried to debate
self-aware
him on
thing,
that. He told me he was fine with
Yeah.
it.
He's in denial.
Yeah, and he used
So
his
are you.
Nathan technique.
Crimson,
Takes one to know one.
If you're saying I'm a farmer because I drove a tractor,
Driven a tractor.
No,
I did not make that claim. That is
wait.
not my claim.
It was my claim. It was my claim. I was okay. Hang on.
No,
My claim.
Crimson Shade
Now,
has put it
hang
in
on.
writing, so it's more
Yeah.
serious.
Hang on.
Going by that, I must be a mechanic
No,
because
hang
I've
on.
taken apart lots of engines in cars and
No, this is
motorbikes
how I
and-
can tell. Farmers. See now, farmers keeps cutting me
Must
off
be a
because he knows
computer
I'm right.
repairman because
Q.
I took apart a PlayStation.
No, I'm just trying to make
Hey,
me
hang on.
fixed it.
Wait, Q. You said you drove a
And
tractor,
a CD
right?
player. Yeah,
Q.
I've driven a tractor a lot.
Okay. Have you ever
Lots.
collected eggs from chickens you owned?
From chickens I owned? No.
Yeah. Oh, well, see, you don't fit all three criterias. Farmers does. You have to, Barney.
He didn't own the chickens either.
No,
Yes,
they're
he
my dad.
did.
They weren't mine.
No, they just lived in the same place he lived, and
Okay.
it was his chore,
Wait.
just the same as
Yeah.
me.
Hang on.
Same for me.
Hang on.
Same exact scenario.
Okay, watch. I can
It's my
prove this all.
chores,
Hey, Sasha, can I ask you a
chores.
question?
Yep.
Is your parents' car your car?
Yeah.
Is your parents' house your house?
Yeah.
Farmers, you're a farmer.
He's more of a gardener.
See, I'm a PlayStation repairman. That was me dusting out the PlayStation from 3 years.
No, I literally took mine apart. PlayStation used to have this flaw where it would be like it would only let discs rotate in it for a certain amount of time. So every time you put the disc in, this little counter would slide back, and then eventually your PlayStation wouldn't spin discs anymore. You would think it was broke,
Yeah.
and you'd
What
take
you
it
had to
and
do-
go buy a
Reload
new
the spring.
No,
But
what
if
you,
you
yeah. What you
put
had
the
to do is,
clip back, you get a
yeah.
whole new set of plays.
Yeah, no. But sometimes that clip breaks and you have to replace the unit.
no, you don't.
Not if you know what you're doing.
You get a
If you're
pencil.
No.
if you're a computer technologist like I am,
You get a pencil.
Q, I've got
I'm
one
never
sitting
wrong.
in there where the drive clips broke on both sides. You can't replace the clip.
Just
You
because
can't.
you broke it
You can't.
doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you did.
Yeah, I fixed several of those PlayStations. I fixed mine 3 times, and I fixed other people's too. So never broke anybody's, only fixed.
So I'm not sure what we have established. So farmers, you can either be a gardener or a farmer, but you do fit the criterias.
I'm a design engineer.
Yes, you are.
Uh,
But what were you? Farmers,
No.
you were
Travis
a kid.
doesn't want to come rain on our parade, guys. Look, he's being so considerate. Thank you, Travis.
Oh, thank you, Travis. Oh, bless.
You could come in and
That's a
have fun with
first.
us too if you'd let all your bullshit go.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope, Q.
Mm.
He can be as bullshit as he wants. He asked the question today.
No, Sean, I'm trying to save lives here.
Sean, can I make a clarification on your
Hashtag
rule?
I stand with Q.
What's that?
Can I ask for something?
What's that?
The flat earther is not allowed to make claims.
Well, they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Well, no.
But
You
we
want
are
them to
allowed to ask for.
question.
They do have to.
But we are allowed to ask for clarification of definition.
You want
Of
them to
their
be able
question?
to ask questions, but that doesn't mean that they get to make claims.
Oh, yes, they can.
How is that a question?
Because I claim the sunset and the sunrise is the proof of a globe. And then you would ask a flat earther, how does it work on a flat earth, right?
Yeah, but Sean, sunset and sunrise is not a claim, it's a fact.
And that's what
Yeah,
flat
well,
earth
they
is.
ask the question, you give the answer. Whether they accept it or not, that's down to them. But all you've got to do is give an answer.
Huh?
And your
So if
answer
they're
could
making-
be God did it.
They're making claim if they're allowed to make claims, but we're not allowed to question those claims.
Exactly.
We don't need to question it. We know that the sun's a spotlight and our lives are the Truman Show. We already know how it works.
No, I think.
Sasha, I was written to be the flat earth answer on the panel tonight.
No,
Beat me
mine's
to it.
more like the cable guy.
Travis just accused somebody of being a
Yeah.
drama queen.
Yeah, but if they get personal, and I don't stop it in time, that's not my problem. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Who's drama queen?
I don't want no drama. I just want
I think
questions.
he's calling Darbo's one because it's the closest I can pull from this name.
What? Deter.
Deter.
Is he
no,
doing
it's
the
not.
typing?
That's his pet name from. I'm trying to say dirty air. He's just salty that I'm able to prove him complete and absolutely
That's his
inept.
cottons.
Do you have a question for the Globe Earth Etherman boy?
Smurfette.
Is there something about Globe Earth science that has eluded you?
Most of it, I think. Come on, let's see you type out a question. Oh, that's a bit weird. Oh, yeah, all of it, exactly. Hello, I'd like to introduce reality.
What is up,
Sean?
Travis?
You promised that everybody else would be on mute.
Okay, hang on, stop. Travis, do you want to have that conversation about the debate we did and explanations, or do you want to ask Glober's questions and not be asked questions back? Two different subjects, my friend. But it's up to you.
Has he got infected with the Chris virus?
No.
Hey,
No.
guys,
Nope.
there are rules.
This is
Come
yes, there are very much so rules, and I'm letting you guys know because I gave this. And I even said this at the beginning. You may not have listened. Travis has a choice. He can either ask you guys all the questions he wants without any attack, because all you guys can do is answer today, or we can talk about.
Out, Sean.
Look, Chris is here.
That's the rules. Well, that's the rules. That's all it is. What are you talking about, Chris? I'm actually clarifying it right now. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say before you guys get here. I can't stop that. But the same way we try to hold your feet to the fire.
Can I just make a quick comment? I feel like we were at least maybe in like second year college, and now we're like in kindergarten or middle school.
Yep. Yeah, I'm putting you about first gradish right now. Put it this way, before you guys got here, Travis and Chris, I'm not in control of that. But now, you guys can put their feet to the fire. The same way we drill how your shit don't work. Now it's time for you guys to ask every question you ever wanted and not be asked a question back to prove your claims. So those are the choices.
Yeah, I came here because it was my understanding that we were going to discuss.
And that is the other one. People, if me and Travis are going to go into how I understand how light works and how my claims that I made on that debate, he wants me to explain it to him. I also told him I would 100% do it, which is pretty much the same thing since Travis is asking me the questions.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I'm going to ask that everyone, so I don't have to physically go down this fucking list, just hang tight. It won't last forever, and I promise.
Am I going to have? Am I going to have to watch? Am I going to have to watch YouTube to see your screen? Because
no. I can. Well, what kind of phone you got?
iPhone.
I'm pretty sure you can do it with the iPhone. Can you? When I do this, can you see what I'm doing? When I go live, hang on. There you go. Are you able to click that?
Right.
Join it.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Okay, that's one. That was just a check.
Now.
Oh well, one sec, Travis. Thank you, opinionated asshole. Appreciate that super chat. He says, "What is the shape? We don't really know." Were you asking the question? Or are you answering and answering it?
He did both. He did. He asked and then he answered.
That's a good. I like that. How that really works.
Okay, so
and I can't save you in the chat, Chris. I can't save you in the chat. What's up? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I had the screen, and then it said screen.
Yeah. I ended it because I was not sharing anything. I just wanted to make sure you could when I do start doing it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Chris wants to join. It seems like he thinks that he has been banned. So I don't know. You got to do.
Chris is. Let me see. Look at his.
He's in the Discord chat at the moment. So how is he banned?
Yeah. He just has to join. He's good to go. He has all his roles.
Okay. He's not on probation.
All right.
No,
well, I'll leave him to.
Yeah. The only one is there's only one role that would make it so that he can't come in talk, and that's probation or no roles. And he has both roles, and he can come in.
Well, they are.
Oh,
Is he live chat?
No. He got server muted last time he was here, so I couldn't server mute you, Chris, until you came back in. That's why you were server muted. So I didn't see if you popped in, but
unban me on YouTube so I can comment on the page.
You're banned in there?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a whole process. Right, give me a second.
All you have to do is, can't you do it from?
No, I got to do it from the community.
You can't see my name.
I don't see his name. I blocked him, not the channel. I had him blocked, so I have to go to my community settings and do it. Wait, is it? Okay, yeah.
I saw the comment. What's the topic? You are going to show the what is it? The Black Swan, and you want to explain it to me and Travis, and then have us discussion.
Okay.
No, when was it the debate that you showed your refracted light?
That the example, yeah.
Right. So Sean, when Sean and I were on the modern day debate, he had a diagram, an animated diagram that allegedly shows the refractive index during the day, throughout the day, and the last thing that I asked of Sean was, okay, so you can show me what you think is going on in a diagram that's animated.
Yes.
Now show me that in real life. So that's where we're at. It's not anything necessarily to do with the Black Swan, but
yeah, I'm showing it. Well, okay, it was kind of like an everywhere question on that one. So it was, we were talking about this. Everyone on YouTube can see what I'm talking about. Travis, I just started sharing that so you can see what I'm talking about, right? And what I was doing, I didn't say this. Oh, you actually clarified it better at the end. When I was giving you examples of how we know light works and giving it the equation of during the day and all that kind of stuff like that. Just that as an example. I wasn't saying this is the exact how, right? We're both on the same page.
Well, that's the way it came across to me, that you were trying to present what you think is happening in reality. So
no, well, yeah, I can. But this was just more. We know how light works, and we know why at different times of days, all these things that are a combination of temperature, of air and water, and all these things matter. But there are time of days that there's going to be the least amount of this high level of refraction happening that would create mirages, and that's all this was showing you. That we know how light works. We know how light travels through a median.
Yeah. Okay. So say that last thing again. There are certain times of the day when you know what.
There are with the certain time of days, water conditions and air temperature, we can look at an image and say we can understand why this is happening. For instance, like the Black Swan, that the platform in the background, we know it's looming by all these accounts, by knowing what time of day it is, by knowing the air temperature and the water temperature, so we can understand why miraging is happening.
Right. So okay. So that's all a part of, and again, guys, I know that you hate me with a passion, but I honestly try to paint with a broad brush my analysis of what I'm looking at, and so I have said over and over again that we need numerous observations. So here's what I would say to what you just said, Sean. If you have, for instance, the Black Swan image, and you say, okay, we know the time of day, we know the position of the sun, we know the temperature, all of the variables that you want. If you have another day that meet all of those criteria, and you do not have that image, that is what I say is more likely going to happen. I don't believe that you can have a clinical expectation each and every time. And if you do, I would say, well, then you would have to produce another image on another day from that same time with all of those variables.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So what you're saying is that with the time of day, air temperature, water temperature, we shouldn't be able to have an idea. I'm trying to just get the clarification. I don't understand.
Yeah. Okay. Did anybody else not understand what I just said?
Everyone's got themselves muted. on every Chris.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm not even listening. I'm dealing with chat trolls.
Chris came in just for that.
Chris is like playing. He's like playing Space Invaders or something. Okay, listen. Anybody else on the panel? I'm just asking. Based on what I just said, did anyone not understand what I said?
You repeat it? Or is it too much?
No, I'll try to be more succinct. Sean is saying that we can know what we're looking at in terms of an inferior mirage. Or no, here's what he said. He said, in terms of the Black Swan, we know that it's looming. We know it's looming because we have certain variables. And my statement is, okay, you have one image where you are making that claim based on those variables. My question is, hold on, let me just finish real quick. My question is, what if you have all of those variables met on another day, but you don't have that same image?
I would ask for those variables, the data to be shown, so I could be able to see what it looks like. Because I'm gonna miraging isn't something that is gonna happen. It's an effect that does happen, and the conditions that those variables depend on are more than likely you're going to have a mirage in those conditions. But but you got to remember, if I go up if I raise 100 to 200 feet in elevation, that I'm changing the
variable.
Exactly. But so I may not see that mirage. The mirage isn't something. It's not.
Yeah, that's not a part of the argument.
But that is part of the argument.
No, it's not.
Remember, it was part of it was about the time of day, and then the air and the water temperature. All those things matter in what I was just saying.
Yeah, I agree with that. But when we're talking about the specific topic of boats allegedly going over the curve, okay, do you understand that if I am on the shoreline and I'm shooting across Anacapa and I have an optical distortion that I cannot see either the island in full, or I can't see a boat that's out in the distance, and I don't know any of the details at all, right? So I'm just looking out there and I'm just like, what's going on? I wonder what that thing is. All I can see is just this thing. So then if I go up, if I'm able to, if I elevate myself 200 feet, and then I see, oh, that's a boat. Okay. What I've just done is I've now extended my view into the distance, so that distant observation now is functioning the same way the shorter distance observation did when I was lowered down on the ground. So again, if I'm standing on the beach and there's distortion 5 miles out, but there's a boat 3 miles out and I can see the boat with no problem, if there's no boat for 5 miles and then there's something on the horizon that I can't determine, and then I elevate my position, I have now then just changed all of the dynamics so that now I can see that boat, and now my horizon is extended into the distance, and there's another boat out there that I can't see. So then I'm going to have to elevate. So every time you raise, you're just simply, it's like a sliding scale of refraction. If you elevate your height, you are sliding that scale of refraction farther away from you. You're not changing anything about the dynamic of refraction.
But I say it. No.
But this isn't about my argument for my
I know.
So.
I know. It's more of an argument of how do I know that's what's not happening or happening in my model. I get it. That's why I'm trying to I'm trying to make sure I phrase my responses right. If I'm at, for instance, you can still see what I'm sharing, right? You should see some pictures, or is it showing you that projection?
Yeah, but it's real small. I mean, I know it's the platform.
Okay.
And listen, hey, listen, I need to make a public confession. You were right, and I was less right.
Wow.
That was grace. That was grace.
You mean wrong?
You mean wrong?
Okay, so
no, I see what he's saying. I appreciate that.
you can appreciate the fact that I have taken so many images that in my mind I was actually thinking of Grace from a different beach. So I completely admit that I was wrong in the debate. You were correct. That is great.
Well, that's also because where we met at was it.
I know,
Like,
but in my head, I had it one way in my head. So
yeah. So, wait, the IR camera that you were using, is that the guy, that same BML guy?
yeah, that's Bo's.
Okay.
That is Bo's P900. He has a P1000 that's not converted. His 900 is converted.
Okay, because I was trying to figure that out because I remember because I was looking at when we look at his videos and pictures, I'm going, that's in that same area we were at, like where how the beach kind of does like a little U shape almost, or bows or whatever.
Well, I don't know that he's come down where we've shot. When you and I were there, we were only in one location. I don't think Bo has ever come down there.
Right, he's in the next beach up.
He is about 25 miles north.
Okay. I see. Oh, that's okay. That's why he's looking directly at the H's. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, and as actually in some of his images, he does have his southerly observation of Grace. Grace is the more proximate platform in the G cluster for him. But anyway.
Yeah, just the way everything's shit. Yeah, I see how that is. Yeah, but the reason the way you were saying with refraction hits the light, if we're standing on the beach and we're looking at any of the platforms, and what would be you saying is the ether band. If we gain elevation, we'll see more because yes, the refracted light will actually hit our eyes, what's actually being seen, but that's because it was being blocked, and that's why I come to the conclusion that I did. You can almost look at it as, if we're looking at, this would probably be a better one. This one, is this platform? Nope. I'm trying to find a platform with a lot more obstruction on it. I think I can zoom this one in. Let's see if this will work. All right. So there's this one. I'll zoom in. So like, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger for you. So what we can pretty much both agree that this is the whole platform. But if we saw the rest of that platform, the light that's hitting that platform that would hit our eyes.
I would say no. We're not seeing the whole platform.
Yeah.
You're not seeing down. So what I hear you saying is that you believe that horizon is touching the feet of the platform. That's the only way.
Not that horizon. It would appear that way.
Okay, when you say that you can see the whole platform,
no. I was saying we don't see the whole platform. We don't see the feet touching the water.
Okay.
Yeah. But now right now, the light that's reflecting or refracting off. Damn. Well, hang on. The light that we see that platform is refraction. It doesn't mean that the whole platform, even the part of the legs that are in the water, aren't refracting towards us. It's just that the ocean is blocking it. It's obstruction. If we were to gain elevation, that refraction would then have a path to our eyes. And and then if you gained another, now everything you see, like for instance, the platform that we do see right now, if we gain 200 feet, it's not light. It's not the same light hitting our eyes. It's just the light that refracts in every direction. You know what I'm saying? And basically what I'm saying is this, because I just realized everything I just said was a word jumble. I'm saying that the legs that are touching the water that we cannot see is refracting light, but that light is being blocked. When we get in
correct. It's being blocked by refraction, not by the curve of the earth.
The problem is how does refraction... Ooh, see? I'm not going to even ask questions. Okay. I think that... Well, I guess it's as blatant as it gets. That the body of water is blocking refraction.
Okay, so we're a little bit off topic of what I initially wanted us to talk about. That is your diagram, your animated diagram.
Yeah.
I asked you to demonstrate that schematic with a real life example, like because the animated diagram that you showed only shows a laser beam point of light hitting the surface, refracting down into the water, but then also having an angle of incidence off in an 80 and 100 degree angle. So that's not what we see in front of us. We don't see single rays of light doing that. So I'm trying to understand how that diagram translates into observations, and it doesn't have to be mine, right? You can pick, like, I don't know, if you were going to show me an image that you took and you knew the temperature and all that, you had all of your data, and then you put it into, hold on, I got to sign a paper.
Sean, I think it would be a good idea if maybe like make a puzzle. Travis take a picture and give us the information about that picture without showing us the picture, and then we put it into a simulator, like for a Bislin, and we tell him the image would look something like that.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly what I've asked Barney to do, and Rumpus as well. And so whatever, I listen. I'm busy. I don't even stream what I want to stream. So I understand that people's lives are busy, but I have made that request. Yeah.
Okay, so when you were saying, I see exactly what you're saying. In the guides of what I was showing you was basically a single light ray, or the way one single ray of light would work. But to show you, I mean, if you want to see a real world example, then just look at the picture. That if we have a picture that if we have a image that's looming, I'm trying to get this damn thing to work, So in a situation of looming, let me make this a brighter color, red. So like in a situation, damn, why is it so small? And I know people are watching going, he's doing it the slow way, just do it this way. I can't. I'm slow. That's how it works. Okay, the red line that I have, if this is like, got it. How crappy is this? There we go. If we know in a situation of looming that the refraction, the light that's refracted from this is going to give us a mirage. Stop moving. And it's going to do something like that. And that's how we're able to see it. Now, if it was like you're saying, I don't see how refraction would block refraction. I'm trying to... How would you... I don't know. I don't even know how to answer that one. I don't even know how that would be answered in that sense.
Right, but again, I hope that you can appreciate the fact that you're still showing me a cartoon, and you're using Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
You're using a cartoon. Let's just say, for instance, this image right here is an orthographic. You're looking at it side on. But if you were to have cartooned the Black Swan image, if you were to have cartooned that yourself so that you could have drawn a red line to show bendy light coming towards you because you're looking across the y-axis or down the y-axis, you're still only drawing a cartoon of what you think, what you believe is happening, because you can't show me the light doing that. You can only say that's what's happening in this picture.
But I can.
But no, well, okay, that's what I'm saying. Do that.
Okay.
Do that. Show me that.
Okay, are you looking on the screen?
Oh my God, this is not going to go anywhere if you show me a fucking cartoon.
Dude, Travis, it's not a cartoon.
You cannot.
Oh, wait. Maybe you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Stop. Maybe that's the problem. Hang on. Because it's not a cartoon. Hang on. I'm going to reshare. Okay. Now look.
The stream.
It's not a cartoon.
Okay. Yeah.
This is me showing you real world, a real observation of the illustration I was trying to show you. This is, you're seeing reflected light being bent up and it hitting our eyes.
That's a description of what you think is happening, Sean.
Okay. Here's why I don't think it's a belief or a guess or okay. Now, we know the size of that platform. That platform, we're not the platform from the platform down to the water. We know how big the size. It's there's right now in this image, and I gotta find it online. I'll do it right now. That shows the height of the platforms. Get that real quick. I think someone shared it in the Discord yesterday. But while I find that, there's 25 feet, or I'm sorry, 38 feet of platform legs that are missing. So either that platform is floating, or we're still, something is, the bottom of those legs are still being refracted. Because otherwise, the only way that this is a Black Swan argument is if we're looking at the bottom of the platform legs now.
Okay. So for clarification, I see an inset, and right above that is habitat.
Yes.
The bendy. Okay. Now, am I to understand just by way of Bose that and is there an alleged beyond the platform?
You're cutting out. Yeah, not sure what you were going to ask, but
okay, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so are you under the impression that there is an alleged back beyond platform?
Cutting out again. I don't know. You said all I heard was alleged and platform. Let's see. Trying to remember who sent me that link. There was a link in this Discord for the platform specs. God, we talked so much bullshit nonsense the other night about fucking that math stuff. And everyone missed it. Let's see, where is it?
All right, how about now?
So far, so good.
Okay, so again, refresh my memory. Is there an alleged beyond habitat?
An alleged cut out, but I think you said alleged horizon.
Beyond habitat.
Okay, if these are under the qualms of this being a black swan, an actual black swan, there would be. The problem with that is, again, when I'm looking at this picture, I'm looking at it and I know half of the legs are missing. So it's again,
Okay,
it's either
okay, hold on, hold on.
it's either floating.
Right, hold on.
Uh huh.
Again, this is all predicated. My question is all predicated.
Fuck, you're cutting out again. Damn it. Are you going through the mountains right now?
Sean, I think this problem could be solved if you and Travis or any two trusted flat earther and go out and take measurements of temperature and things like that. I don't understand it very well, but then only the flat earther take the picture. And
we've done that. That's what we're doing. That we've already done that. Me and Travis.
No. I'm talking about the data. The data put in the simulator.
I've already done that. I have the data for the days that me and Travis were out. For instance, if you click that live link, I'll show you. I have pictures of the day me and Travis were up there. And
yes, but you didn't predict pictures going to be. That's what.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But the thing about it, it's still not the issue. The issue is see, I don't really know, because there is the index of refraction is exactly how we know why these conditions create these conditions. I mean, it's constant observations on it.
Yeah, but to him, it always comes as we explain what we see. We don't predict what we see.
No, I agree. I see what you're saying. It's just a problem of a picture. Like I said, these we couldn't use these because I've seen every picture. So him giving me a condition, I know what days he was out there. You know what I mean? So it would have to be someone else for what you're saying.
All right. So I don't know why the connection is bad.
Yeah, you just super cut out. Fuck. I hate Discord. I'm going back to. Don't worry, I'm going back to the meets very soon. Probably Monday. I'll be back on meets. I'm getting frustrated now. I hate meets with a passion, or I hate Google or Discord with a passion. It's voice chat all of a sudden turned to shit.
I don't think it's Discord. I think it's just got a.
No, but Discord has been having that problem.
Yeah, the problem is that everybody's on Discord at the moment. Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on.
I don't get it.
Meets.
How's that? Any better?
So far. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Mute yourself for Carlos. Go ahead.
Go ahead, me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question again is, because that's Bo's image, is that the image where he is claiming that there is a horizon beyond habitat?
I believe so.
Okay, all right. So is there a line that you see that he is saying is the horizon, even if you disagree that that's what it is?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So again, my point in asking that question was to understand that we then should be seeing the entire rig. You are seeing the entire rig. What you think is less than you think you should see, that's compression.
Okay, so where I'm trying to get my pen out and see what color I'm using. Okay, so right, I got my pen on that screen. You'll be able to see it in a second. So if it was right here on this right here, and this bottom room right there, that area right there, I can see on the picture that BML put on here is this right here.
Yeah, that's not a problem. That stock
hang
image.
Hang on. And the reason I know that is because I can see in the definition, I can see legs. I can see that dark little rectangle thing right under his horizon line or horizon level that he has, or whatever. Or what does that say? I think it says horizon level on the bottom picture. I can see the cross beams that come down. I'm looking at that cross beam come down in the upper picture, and on the other side where the other arrow is, I see another crossbeam. If it was compressed, we would see all those things, and that those cross beams wouldn't be straight. Everything we're seeing is loomed up. And that's how I know, because the detail of it, the definition in it's not gone.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Again, that's exactly. I mean, then
so again,
if it was compressed, everything would be compressed.
No. Sean. The fact that you say that, and the other night when you were going on your rant and telling me how much you know about this and how much you know more than I do, until you spend 500 hours shooting this shit over and over and over again, you won't make the statements that you're making. And I've made statements to the contrary from the beginning. One of the things that I have heard ballers say is that boats going into the distance are going to disappear into the distance uniformly. That's absolutely not true, because you can't or you don't take into effect what refraction does to the image. Refraction distorts the image. I have images of all of these platforms where you can see what the shape is. You can see what that location, like you were just saying. Look, you were using the stock image, and you were saying, I can see this part here, and down below when you look, or up above when you look at the refracted image, you don't see things with as much clarity. That shows you that the refraction is not unilateral. It's not uniform. It screws everything up. The image that you're looking at it's a 3D image. Everything is refracted. Left, right, up, down, and the left is compressed, and the right is stretched, and the up is towering, and the bottom is whatever. You can't say that the left side of the platform should be exhibiting this kind of refraction. There is no way you can make those claims. So what I'm saying to you is, Sean, you are looking at the entire platform. You are.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I have to agree with Travis. If you look at the top refracted or what appears to be a refracted platform,
everything's refraction.
On the right. Sure, on the right hand, right. Well, then we would never use it in any arguments. Anyways, on the right hand.
But that is the confusing part. That's where I get all like tongue tied, because everything we see, whether it be your hand in front of your face, the TV screens, all is due to the refracted light hitting your eyes. Now, the moisture, the temperature, and the gradients in between you and those objects is what varies the index of refraction, the levels of refraction. And high levels of refraction are going to give you miraging.
XC, can you go on mute? Your dog's barking.
Yeah, bro, please mute.
Yeah, please.
Well, Sean, I get that. So that's,
yeah.
I mean, you can say that, but then it's like, well, then why are we having these discussions if everything's refraction? But the point is, obviously, we've set the normal standard is that we know everything is refracted light that we're seeing, no matter if it's your hand in front of your face or something down the road. So when we say it's refracted, I mean, there's no need to say everything's refracted. It's understood. Anyways, on the right-hand side in the top image, the square portion is massively larger. I would say at least twice as large as that square portion on the bottom image. Right. So we know that there's stretching and skewing and perhaps compression and other things going on, that the best answer is probably we could use these as comparisons because we don't know what that refraction is doing to the rig.
Well, we did that, and it's doing a whole damn lot. For instance, doing more towering from here up, but again, in towering, looming, compressing, I mean, all these things, you're seeing a certain amount of the object. And in the situation of the legs, the only way I would be able to say that we would see half the legs is if we were looking at an inferior mirage. And I think we all can agree there's not one bit of inferior miraging happening here.
I don't agree that it's only half. It's at least 75% of the legs.
No,
and then not only
look, see right. Look, I'll even draw it. So See this line? And this strut? It's the same thing as this right here, down here. And the problem with that is they're still 25 feet below that line missing.
I don't see line. I'm watching YouTube. I don't see any lines.
You will in a second. It has to catch up. But the part that shows the 25 feet missing is in the lower picture. Pretty much more than half of that boat that's down there is still under that line. And
which begs the question: how is the horizon, even if it's a refracted horizon, behind the rig? If you can't see all of the rig, that would mean that
it's bringing it
dips
all up.
down and then comes back up or something.
You know, it goes up and down to your eyes.
You can't see the bottom of the rig.
Exactly. What would be obstructing that? I guess.
Okay, so here's the thing too, because again, I was only able to spend 2 mornings here in this location when I was in California. That little object between the rigs, what is your understanding of what that object is?
It's a boat.
Okay. That is more than likely the supply boat that I saw and captured in my images as well. So if this were a video and that boat was ferrying back and forth, we would see that boat go to habitat. You would see it going to the base of habitat. Okay, there's no curve between that boat and habitat. If that boat right there went in the direction of habitat at a 45-degree angle, you would be watching it go into the distance according to perspective. It's not going to disappear over a curve.
But you're not looking at anywhere near half. I wouldn't even say anywhere near 8. You're probably seeing 5% of that boat, though. You're seeing a smidge of that boat.
Can I make a point of clarification?
Yep.
It's a buoy.
Okay. Nonetheless, again, there is a supply boat that I did capture going back and forth. So that's why I asked Sean what it was. That's fine if it's a buoy. I'm not.
I thought it was
I'm saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Now the other thing, because I don't have Bo's information memorized, what is the height that he's taken this image? Do you know what it's logged in at?
Give me a second. I have it written down. I believe he said, I don't know why he said 3 feet or something. Yeah.
Am I allowed to unmute during dead air?
Yeah.
Oh, why did it get quiet all of a sudden, Crimson? Because we're not allowed to unmute.
Quick, dead air.
I believe 3 feet, Travis. I think it said 1 meter on the video. I don't have it in front of me. I'll check though while I work going through this.
Yeah. So I mean, it would have been ideal for Bo to have been able to take a few images throughout the day if he could, or the next day at 3 feet, or if he has other ones at 3 feet. Again, that's why we need to see comparative images. And so what I have been doing this past week, because what you and I had generically agreed on that is that we were going to do this tomorrow. So I had found images of Grace from the same location where you and I were where there was more of her legs visible. Okay. So again, that becomes the variable or an observation that needs to be considered and taken into account as a variable. That is, if I set my camera up at the same place and then get, let's just say, 3/4 of the legs visible on one day, and then maybe 7/8 the next day, that is just a little bit more. I mean, you can tell it's a little bit more, but whatever. I'm just trying to give you a small comparison, but you know that there's more. So the question becomes, why is more visible or why is less visible? And now there are more extremes as well. And I showed you an image of one of the H platforms where you have a full-blown silhouette that's just absolutely crisp and beautiful. And the next one next to it, you have 3/4 of the rig gone. Okay, same location. That's the same scenario, only with a grosser distortion. So how is it that I can see the full oil platform to the left, but only 4/5 of it or 3/4 of it to the right? What's going on? Did the Earth curve more? Right? That's the issue. And when, Rumpus comes along and says, what about the wind turbines? Or Professor Phil Bell, what about the wind turbines? Screw the wind turbines. I have platform Gina completely obscured except for her top rigging. That is more than the wind turbines. That's the money shot right there.
You're talking about like this one, right? Like, so you're saying like you'll see a situation, or I'm not showing anymore, like this one. So you're saying you'll see one day like this, and I'm almost positive this aren't the same. It's like not the same angle or anything, but just as an example, you're seeing that, and then on other days from the same location, height and everything, you're seeing this.
I don't know if you can hear me right now, but you cut out and I didn't hear anything you just said. But that's
yeah, I was saying that you saw the two pictures, right?
Right now, yeah. So
it'd be a situation like this. You're saying would happen with the same platform.
Yeah, but I can show you one that has the same, but the problem with that is that those aren't the same focal length, so you can't see.
No. I was just saying as an example. It has. I'm not saying that the same platforms, locations, or anything. Just an example of when you are at the same location and you are. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was just trying to. Yeah. Okay.
So the other thing that I would say, by way of contrasting what I would believe is our understanding as flat earthers of the I'm not going to call it a black swan. That's not my language. That's not my term at all. So just BMLS, his image. The reason why we can see the distant horizon is because the refractive index is allowing us to see farther. Okay, so what the language that I have heard with Rumpus and everybody else who talks about ray tracing and diagrams is that their description of refraction is that the refraction is lower so that it's bringing up the image in looming. When there's a higher index, I'm sorry, it's the opposite. When there's a higher index of refraction, that brings things up over the curve. My analysis is the exact opposite. When the refraction is high, I don't see as far. When the refraction is low, I see farther. Or however you want to call it. When there's a difference in the refractive index, right? I see farther. So I'm not seeing over a curve. So, right, the mighty P900, right, brings boats back up over the curve. No, it doesn't. It simply extends vision across the plane. Just like in your world, looming does not bring things up over the curve. No, it doesn't. The phenomenon that's called looming is simply seeing farther into the distance what's really there. The reason why you couldn't see it the day before was because the refractive index didn't let you see it. That's why I say she lifts her skirts and gives you a shot.
But in this image, with from BML, we're not seeing further.
Yeah, you're seeing the horizon in the back. That line is the horizon in the back behind the platform.
But then we're saying that platform is floating.
No, you didn't listen to me. That's why I say you don't listen. What did I say was the answer, Sean? I'm not trying to patronize you.
If refraction is blocking the rest of those legs,
I didn't say that either. I didn't say that either.
You said it was compression, but we would see more of the legs. We would see what's there still. It just would be compressed.
You are seeing what's there. It's compressed.
But then if that part's compressed, then why are at the very bottom of the platform where the legs are, that black line that goes across is straight, right? If it was those legs and everything were in there, we would see a bigger block here. I don't know if you can see it. We would see something down in this area that would look like this.
But you don't understand compression. And compression is like diffraction, right? Diffraction, right, is when you have two things next to, like headlights, right? Headlights in the distance look like one. There's so many times I'm driving down the road and I think I'm looking at them. Okay, I'm looking at what I think is a motorcycle, and then it gets closer to me.
That's not compression, though, Travis.
I didn't say. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not say compression.
Earlier you said the platform, those legs were compressed. I'm sorry.
Listen. I was shifting gears to talk about the appearance of a headlight as a single light. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes closer to you, lo and behold, it divides into two, and it's actually a car. So when you had one image of, you might as well say to me, Travis, why can't I see two headlights when the car is 10 miles away? Because of the optical phenomenon that's happening with refraction. That's the same thing that's happening on these platforms. You're saying I should see more detail. No, you shouldn't. That's because everything is compressed together in internal refraction. Have you looked at or have seen anything about internal refraction?
Internal refraction, no.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff on YouTube. All you have to do is internal refraction. A lot of guys they do a lot of different mediums, oil and water and blah, 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 alcohol, things like that. And they show how objects disappear within a certain medium. But anyway, my point is that even if, well, I'm not going to grant looming. The line in the back is the horizon. That means ipso facto, that means that you're looking at the platform straight down to the water. And the reason why it doesn't have clarity is because there's a lot of shit going on at that lower level. So that's why I say there's so much. When I hear, and I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but when I hear other ballers say, this should be happening, I think to myself, you have no idea what you're talking about. Because I don't see that. I see dynamism in 3 dimensions. You know, so many times I've had ballers say compression and magnification. You don't have those things happening at the same time. I think, get out of my face. Get out of this discussion if you make a stupid statement like that.
Okay, but I don't think internal refraction accounts in this situation.
Well,
again, I'm just now looking at it, so maybe it does. But what it looks like more to me is it's this internal refraction is something that happens underwater, where when you look up from underwater, and you get a mirror of underwater.
Yeah, but you guys don't have a problem with when I say show me refraction, and you say look at this pencil bending in water. Okay, I'm not looking at water. Hold on.
That's refraction, not reflection. I'm sorry. I said refraction. It's when internal refraction is when it reflects from underwater. If you're underwater, it reflects back down to you.
Okay, it's okay. I don't really want to quibble about terms. Okay, it's still the phenomenon. It's still the phenomenon that we're talking about. Okay. Again, I'm asking you to show me what your animated diagram looks like. If you want to show me, let's say, for instance, again, I can go home and get out a file and look at one of the days that I was in California and give you 5 images, tell you what time of day I was and where my location was, and let you crunch all the numbers you want. My point is that you make a claim based on your animated diagram that at, let's say, 10:30 in the morning, with the sun at this angle, you're going to get this effect. And I'm going to say to you, okay, which of these pictures does that fit with? Show me that in real life. And up to this point, all you can do is draw me a diagram. You can't show it to me in real life, which says to me, you can't see what you think you see.
But you're saying that we can't predict, but the picture is us showing you the real world version of it.
No, your description of the picture is different than mine.
Would you want? I'm confused. Do you expect someone to make a video and show you the individual rays of light bending in that direction?
Goddamn straight.
That's called impossible. That's far-fetched.
That's goddamn straight right. Then stop drawing stupid fucking diagrams of cartoons that you can say that's what's going on. If you can't do it in real life, if you can't see it in real life, don't fucking draw me a cartoon and say that that's what's happening.
Okay, then Travis, show me light doing what you're saying it does.
The simplicity of my world, Sean, is I just show you the picture and say distorted, refracted, compressed. That's how simple it is, Sean.
So this is the dog and pony show. You're asking the impossible.
It's not a dog and pony.
That's exactly
no.
What
I'm
you
no.
just said,
I'm
dude.
not. No. No.
Okay,
you're making a claim.
Okay, I'll ask it again, Travis. What you're asking is that you want someone to show you in a video each individual light ray bending to show you a mirage.
Is that your claim that that's what's happening?
Yes, absolutely. That's
then
what's happening.
Show it me.
It's called a picture. A picture does that.
No, because when you show me one individual ray and you boop boop, that's not what the image is showing.
Sean, this is why there's no point in talking to Travis.
Right. I feel the same way. I feel the same way.
Okay, yeah. Well, there is a huge dilemma in what you're asking. You're asking for impossible that no one in their right mind could
That's
ever
because
give you.
you
But at the
live
same
in
time,
an impossible
okay,
world.
But here's the
Your
problem.
world
No,
is impossible,
I don't.
Sean.
No, it's not impossible.
Impossible. Yeah.
Okay. It's impossible. Yeah. It may be impossible to you, Travis, but because you're saying the only way I'll think differently is if you can make impossible happen. But I don't have to show you that.
I'm asking you to prove your claim.
I did. I told you exactly. I can. Yes, I can. I can show you a picture.
I can show you a picture too, Sean.
Okay. Well, the idea. The idea that you want me to show you an impossible, something that is impossible, is ridiculous. The idea that we do show you those diagrams show you so that you can see.
Okay, so if I draw you a picture, and show you all of my lines and squiggles, that'll make it right. No, really, I mean that's what it is, right? So again, if we both go and take a picture at the same time, we're standing next to each other, and we both take the same picture, and then we go away and you want to show me what you think light is doing, and I want to show you what I think light is doing, who's right?
Yeah, the thing is you're saying you can show me in your way how light works.
Who's
and
right?
I don't have to show you how light works in my way. And
No.
that's how it
No,
is.
that's not what I said.
Yes,
No,
it
no,
is.
that's not
Okay,
what I said. No.
Travis, can you show me in the real world how light works with the ether band?
Okay.
Can you?
If okay, listen to me very close.
No. Can you please answer that one question, please?
If you want me to, I can, but I'm not making a claim that requires me to do that.
Yeah, you're making a claim you're making the claim that refraction blocks.
Okay, great. Okay, so now, great, fine. Now you're saying to me, Travis, look, I need you to try to tell me what you think is going on in this image, and that's just what I said.
Okay,
you and I both go to the beach. We both aim our camera at the same object, same time. Everything's the same. Click, click. And then you say, okay, Travis, I'm going to go home and I'm going to draw you a diagram as to what I think the light is doing. And I say, great, Sean, I'm going to do the same thing. And we come back and our diagrams don't match.
Okay, you're right.
Who's right? Who's right?
Then you start verifying the data that led you to believe that the light bends that way.
And you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, we absolutely can. Because then we would go to the temperatures and we'd try to figure out, okay, well, if the temperature, if the air is warmer than the water, we're going to have a situation where this would happen. Well, if my light works that way, then I'm going to go, okay, well, that's why I did it. If your way does something different, then I'm going to go, okay, well, either light doesn't react.
We both have that data already.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
We both have the same data. Okay. Your temperature is my temperature. Your your pressure is my pressure.
Okay,
we all have the same data.
I have a better question then. Does the ether band loom things?
I'm not going to answer that question the way you want because I don't use the term loom. Looming is a spherical model term.
Is it? Okay, then what is refraction? Because that's a spherical model term too.
Right, that's what Pete Shea says. Pete Shea says. Okay,
so then
Pete
what is
Shea,
it? Then don't use refraction, please.
Hold on. Okay.
Hang on. I gotta read. Hang on. I gotta read super chats. Thank you, Sean Hawkins. Sean Hawkins says, "Quantify the ether band or shut the fuck up." And opinionated assholes. Thank you for the super chat. He says, "The ether band has been quantified. Now shut the fuck up."
John, can I jump in for a second?
Absolutely.
Yeah, hold on, real quick. Let me. It'll be real quick. Okay, Sean Hawkins, everybody else out there. Your quantification of the ether band is the same as your model. It's just I'm not going to attribute the same terms and interpretations. So if you want quantification or quantifying terms and variables, keep them all the same. They're all the same. Go ahead, Chris.
I wanted to ask Sean, I saw you looking at the photo I posted earlier. What do you think of that that image?
I gotta look at it first and actually look at it and pull it up, and I'll put it on the screen too.
I'll post it in the chat again so you don't scroll up. But...
No, I'm already at.
Okay.
Well, I'm pulling it up on my browser so I can make it bigger. What do I think about this picture?
Just to give the audience some context, this is also a video from BMLSB69.
Is this the one? Oh,
and
wait. I think I even have that one.
It's been dubbed Black Swan 2.0. It's a more recent version of those platforms showing a very similar effect. You know, where you see the platforms and you see the horizon past the second platform when the second platform is 10 miles away, and actually the height is a little bit taller. He says he's at 8 feet. So the geometric horizon is supposed to be, but I think it was 3.5 miles, and it's past 10 miles. So obviously you have an issue there. The other issue is the crane arms are not bendy, and they're straight. And you see lights.
What's the height of the observer again? Sorry, what's the height of the observer? 8 feet?
8 feet.
Chris,
and you see lights off the water and everything.
Do you see the tower in the platform in the foreground, right?
Foreground, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's where the.
Are you showing this? I'm not seeing anything.
No, I'm not. I just clicked on it. YouTube sees it though. Give me a second. I'll click on it because I have. But where that one in the foreground is, the crane that comes up out of that helicopter, where the helicopter pad is the one for the one in the background. That's bent.
It's slightly bent, but it's possible that crane just bends like that. I really don't know. But
I think Travis. I think Travis can verify they don't.
but I would hate to say that because of one little arm is bent, that the entire image is. But both platforms are refracted and perfectly presented as if they were on a flat Earth.
Don't say refraction because it's just confusing the shit out of everyone.
How's that confusing? It would have to be refracted if it's on a ball, right?
Say high or low levels. No, it would have to have a high level of refraction on either model. Doesn't matter. The aspect, the idea. That's the thing. It's a very clear concept of what we're talking about. Refraction is how the light hits our eyes. And the index of refraction is how light hits our eyes in between the switch change in medians. Hot, cold water, hot, cold air temperature, conditions as in haze and all. Everything's going to matter to that stuff. But the one thing that is very, very defined is that miraging is an optical illusion. It's not just a phenomena. It's an optical illusion. It's an optical illusion phenomena. It's literally an illusion of something. You're not seeing the real image, just in definition.
Okay, yeah, but technically, if we're going to go with someone like Andrew Young is a physicist in San Diego State University, and your stomping ground, Sean. He does not consider the term illusion to be appropriate.
Yeah, I've read a few papers from him. I actually, so it's kind of weird. I hate doing this. I kind of agree with him, but logically I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem. That's why you and I had a conversation 2 weeks ago, and I asked you, because you were using the term mirage, and I said, okay, look, what do you mean by mirage? You simply found a generic description that both of us felt comfortable with.
Yeah, but in the same text, that the idea that optical illusion isn't there, it was just a thesis of his. It's not. What do you say? It's not textbook.
Well,
it's not
something
that it's not taught. It's just it's like his hypothesis on what if. Like I said,
well, that's not the way it comes across on his article. You know, he's got thousands not thousands. He's got tons of HTML pages of all of the terms, like all these hyperlinks that just open up page after page after page after page. And on the very first page that he starts talking about mirages, he says it's not an illusion, and he says that it has to have an inverted image. Now,
what he's doing is he's looking at, and it says in the paper, he's looking at light as if it is physical.
Okay, I'm not worried about that necessarily. I'm just saying
But that's why he phrases those words the way he does. That's the whole basis behind his thesis.
So okay, great. Hold on. So just to be pedantic now, you're making a claim that you know why Andrew Young did what he did. Did he say that's why he did it?
You're making the same claim.
What claim am I making?
You're giving your version of events.
Okay. I'm trying to understand what you're saying to me. I'm not trying to be argumentative. What exactly are you trying to pin me down on right now?
It's not a pin.
No. Don't tell me what he's saying. I don't even know who's talking to me. Who is that talking to me?
Well, it was Sean, but it was Erebus that was talking to you, though.
Okay, see, I wasn't sure. Okay, so Erebus. Okay, so you're trying to say what? I'm trying to understand you.
You're asking Sean about, or you're saying that Sean is claiming something as far as an interpretation. You yourself made an interpretation of the same paper.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I'm saying what Andrew Young said. He said it is not an illusion. Mirages are must have inverted images. That's not an interpretation. That's what he said.
But you saying it's the ether band is your interpretation.
No,
saying
don't
it's
go
him saying
there.
it's
No, no,
not.
no, no,
No, Travis.
We're not
It's
talking
it's.
about me right now.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. I'm just comparing because when he
There's
says
no reason to do that right now, Sean. This is
because when
called obfuscation.
no, because what I'm trying to explain to you, what he says is me saying light bends because of refraction. It's the same thing. He's saying it. He's not. That's not fact. He's not. That's not reviewed and it's changed anything. It's him telling his story.
Okay, whatever. I'm not going to die on a hill that doesn't need to be fought over. So I was my only point, Sean, was to say that when you and I had an amicable conversation 2 weeks ago, we had a very, very loose generic definition of mirages.
Yeah.
That did not include the fact that they had to be mirrored images.
No, they don't have to be. But okay.
Okay, great. So, okay, so yeah, whatever. I'm not even sure where we were going. I think I was interested in seeing this picture. You did never highlight it for me in the bunker.
Which picture? Chris's?
The picture. The picture because I wanted to see what you guys were talking about. But again, the point that I'm trying to make ultimately when we got to my statement that the best that both of us can do is simply a description of what we think is happening. I can't show you what's happening. All I can do is describe to you what I think is happening, and that description is dependent upon what I see. So if I see an image X and I describe it a certain way, and I say, I think this is what's happening, I can't prove it to you. I can't show it to you because the minute we take 10 steps towards that image, we change everything. If we get in a boat and start trying to, and I'm going to say, I say to you, okay, Sean, you see how the boom is doing this right here? You see the boom doing this right here? Let's go out and I'm going to show you how it's doing it. As soon as we get 100 yards closer, all the variables have changed. I cannot show you or even prove to you.
Okay. So the type of miraging and what you'll see in the miraging is not predictable, but there are conditions that are conducive with it happening.
Except the problem with that, here it is. Here's the problem. When we show people like Rumpus the image, he says that's exactly what we expect to see on a globe Earth. And it's not because he does not take into account refraction, which you just said you can't predict what the image is going to look like.
I think the best way to say it is you cannot predict the exact miraging effects, but you can predict the conditions that would be conducive with a mirage.
I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit.
That's a better way of saying it, though. I mean, that's
but that's okay. But that's not what the claim is. The claim Rumpus does not claim.
I hate Rumpus. I don't give a fuck about Rumpus. He's a fucking idiot. I'm surprised you heard anything he said with the way he talks to people.
Okay. Listen, it's no different than what you're saying about that cargo ship. Okay, when you say that cargo ship is displaying exactly what we would expect to see on a curved Earth,
dude. Yeah, okay.
That's the same thing that Rumpus is saying. You're saying that image you're saying that image can be predicted. You should be able to predict that image.
Okay, that can be predicted.
Okay, great.
There's a difference between putting a physical object in a location and a miraging effect, an optical illusion happening. Completely different. That's like saying when I put my hand across my face, I'm going to see my hand. But if I close one eye, then I'm not going to see it for half the time. I'm not saying that. That's completely different. Putting a boat in a situation. If I can make that, I can put it this way: we can go back to the beach, exact same spot. I can call this captain of that ship and say, "Hey, dude, I need you to go 17 miles off at this heading," and I can recreate that image.
Great, do it.
But okay,
do it.
Actually, I think I can do something like that. Give me some time, and I think I will.
Yep, that's what I said before at the very beginning. Beginning of this, hold on. At the very beginning of this conversation, when you said that the Black Swan shows looming, That was my exact statement. I said you should be then able to go out on another day that has the exact same conditions and get that same shot.
Does anybody on the panel remember the type of camera Jose said he was going to send to me?
It was a Kodak.
It was like 50 zoom.
Point. It was a Kodak point and click. You know, the kind that you get in the CBS.
Dickhead. Because there is a lake that I live by that is extremely long, and I think I can get a clear shot down it. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up Google Earth real quick to see if I can. And that is where
I'm gonna make a prediction.
Okay.
I'm going to predict that if you go out and you get all of the variables that you want on a particular day, and you go out the very next day and the conditions are either exactly the same or so minimal that the difference is going to be slight, you're going to see a completely different image and you're going to go, what the fuck is going on? Because that happens to me all the time.
Well, yeah.
How would you know, Travis, you don't take data?
Hang on. Stop.
Yeah,
Stop. It's okay. Here's the thing. You're 100% correct, Travis, and here's why. Miraging and light refracting at high levels doesn't react in a way. So, for instance, I'm not.
But that's what your diagram shows, Sean. That animated diagram says that's what it should happen, and that's clinical. Boom, boom. That's what should happen.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
Okay. Here we go. I don't know why I feel like this is gonna bite me, but so let me make sure I can clarify it correctly. If I'm trying to show you what's happening in the real world on a model, then I would be able to use Nope, I don't want to do it. Nope. It's called fuel for the fire. How do I explain
Sean.
this? Yes.
The BMS 69.
BML.
He did. Yeah, whatever. he did the very thing Travis says you can't do.
Which is
he did the observation twice. More than twice.
Oh yeah. Actually, I was gonna pull up.
Okay, hold on. I didn't say
done it a lot.
I didn't say you can't do the observation twice. I said that if you are making a claim that you're seeing the observation because of X, Y, and Z, I said the way to verify that is to go out on another day when you have the same X, Y, Z variables, you should be able to get the same image. That's what I said.
That's precisely what he did.
Okay. That's
Hence
great.
the second Black Swan, and he has more than one. I understand this, but he does have more than one bit of footage of the same exact observation point. He has done it more than once and produced the same effect twice, at least, because he knew the conditions at which that would be favorable.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
But you're saying that's not possible.
No. I didn't say that it's not possible. Again.
Yeah, you did.
No. You said you told me. I said there's a lake I want to go to, and I think it's long enough, and I can do it. And you said I'm gonna make a prediction. You said I'm gonna make a prediction that you can. The first time you go out there, the next day you go out there from the same location, same time, same conditions. You're not gonna have the same observation.
That can happen. Yes, that can happen.
Okay, now you're backpedaling.
No. You told me it's not possible.
Okay.
But then you said BML, yeah, it's possible. That's what Eris is talking about.
Yeah. I have made observations just like this, where I went out the next day under the same conditions and I got different results. That's all I'm saying from my experience. Okay. So it happens both ways. I apologize if I wasn't very clear. You can get, but then that would say to me that there's a variable out there that we don't know about, that we didn't account for, right?
Or what if we accounted for all the variables and that the prediction of the anticipation of something happening, it would be correct.
Yeah. You're 0-4. You're never going to get something other than 4. So to a certain extent, you're correct. But again, my point is that when we have the anomaly, when we have a day that the conditions, and again, to me, when I have made my when I have gotten the data for the Chesapeake Bay primarily, the variables are so slight. It's like 3 or 4 degrees off. Like the water is 60 degrees and the air is 64. You know what I mean? It's not a great variable, but then the images are different because, again, you're not taking the measurements 3 miles away or 9 miles away. You're assuming that variable is uniform, right? So when I went on to the other side of the Chesapeake Bay and Derek and Adam were on the Concord Point Lighthouse side, and I went across to the Red Point side, it was windy as shit on my side. And I was talking with Derek and Adam. They had no wind, right? So if you're on the other side and you're taking all of your variables and there's no account for wind on your side, but there is 5 miles away, that's a variable you don't know about. That
Is
could
there
change.
simultaneous footage from that point?
Oh, that would be tricky because whether or not we were on the phone at the same time, not we were on the phone at the same time, whether or not we were both filming at the same time as to when I asked that question and we were having that conversation, I don't even know. I'd have to go back.
I'm asking, was there simultaneous footage? Were they filming you as you were filming them?
To the best that we could do, when it was pre-dawn and then sunrise, so the lighting for him was coming straight into his eyes, so he wasn't sure where I was, because he couldn't get a very good image of the topography. But yeah, we did shoot back and forth on the same day.
Where is that footage?
I haven't even looked at it hardly myself. It was back in October.
But you're claiming that there is footage.
Yeah, right. Because Adam took footage and I took footage. Yeah. I haven't made any claims about the footage. I just said that
technically you did, but
no, I made claims about the variable of wind. I made
2.5
claims about the
miles a
wind.
good observation because that's the biggest I can get across that lake.
Well, I mean, I've gotten a clear shot to the shoreline a mile away, and I can see the shoreline clearly. And then later on in the afternoon, come back and there's an inferior mirage blocking the shoreline. So that's a mile. So it to me it doesn't matter. It just depends on your view of angle. So 2.5 miles is fine. It just depends on what you do or what you want to do. Hopefully, Sean, you'll see some amazing stuff because regardless of this being flat Earth, I love photography. I think it's fantastic. It's amazing.
It's a globe. Yeah,
it's what?
When I did have a camera, I loved doing it. It was fun. My dad taught me a lot about taking photography, so I just gotta get out there and do it. And I'm grateful as fuck that Jose is gonna do that. That's fucking awesome. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do because again, I have all the advantages. I mean, shit, Travis, with the California coast, how that is. I have a whole treasure trove of places to take pictures now.
I mean, check this out, right? So I have one image, and I'll send it to you because it's. I mean, there's no big deal about it. But I was at Dana Point, and I shot 35 miles to Long Beach, and got shore to shore. 35 miles.
Talk about that's. Can you see Long Beach from there?
Yeah, I did that day. Now it was. I mean, you can see the outline of the landscape. It's above the water. I believe that there was an inferior mirage because you had a line of sky above it, above the water line, and then you had the. I don't even know if they were buildings or whatnot, but at the point of the day that I took the image, it was in the mid-afternoon, I think. But you can clearly see that there was behind it. I had the same thing with Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara's not as far away. I think it's like 25 miles away, but I've got some beautiful silhouetted landscape.
Travis, what's the closest observation point that you've done where you get what you coin the ether band? What's the closest?
The minute you open your eyes, you're looking through the medium. So that's
No. You know what I'm talking about. Please don't obfuscate.
I'm not. The ether band is the medium.
No.
Don't tell me no. I made the term.
I know you made the term, and you're talking about. Then fine. What's the closest observation point that generates the effects?
I would say
that
a mile.
You consider.
I would say a mile because okay, just listen. Where I set up, I've gone to Google Earth. Hold on. Where I set up on the Chesapeake Bay at the shoreline, I've drawn a tangent line from that location because there's a dock that goes out. There's a fishing dock, so I know where that tangent line is. So I've drawn a tangent line I'm sorry.
I know which dock you're talking about. That's more than a mile. But anyway.
Okay, stop. Okay.
I've watched your footage.
Hang on.
Erebus, you're gonna fucking trigger me.
No,
dude.
stop. Yeah. Hang on, stop.
Okay.
Both of you. Because actually, hang on, Travis. Because I'm stepping in. This is me stepping in. Stop, both of you. Okay. One, this was supposed to be being Travis. Now listen, hang on. But Travis has also entertained everyone's conversation. So I'm assuming as long as it stays cool, you don't mind that, Travis, right? Am I wrong in that?
I don't mind that. What happens right now?
No. Because if that's the case, then if you don't mind, Travis, I'm going to let you guys keep going, and I will make sure you and Erebus have a good conversation, and either one of you trigger each other. But otherwise, I just don't want to be held responsible for the conversation that's being had.
Okay, that's fine.
No, everyone agree though?
I'm fine.
Okay.
The problem that we have right here is lack of communication. Okay, there's something that has been said that has been misunderstood. Okay, the dock that is to my left is just 100 yards away from me. So I don't know what you might be considering that I might be referring to, Erebus.
But the one near the gray house with the red.
That is farther away. I'm not talking about that dock.
Okay. What other dock is in your line of sight?
Oh my God!
From there, I'm asking the honest question.
Okay, if you go to Google Earth, and if you know where I set up, you can draw a tangent there. There's a dock right there in front of the lighthouse. You can see the dock. It's on Google Earth. Anyway, my point was, you asked me where the
Wait, you said the dock in front of the lighthouse? That lighthouse. You're not a mile from the lighthouse.
Okay,
but that's neither here.
Okay, you asked me with the closest observation. The closest observation the closest observation I can give you is a shoreline that is a mile away because I can measure that on Google Earth. Now, I do have boats that pass across my field of view, but I don't know how far away they are, so I can't say when they get into that band of refraction.
Okay, so that's where that's what I wanted to hear. Okay, into the band of refraction. That's what you said, right? So it's kind of a vertical band.
No, it's 3-dimensional.
Yeah, that's not. Then they would already be in the band.
That's right. That's what I fucking said.
No, regardless of distance from you.
I know. That's why
Travis,
I said. Okay.
You need to be using your Smurfs.
That's why I said when you open your eyes, you're looking through the medium. You're correct. And I've said this on my show all the time. You're looking through the ether band the whole time. But when they get into the band, I'm talking about that place where the distortion happens at a high level of refraction so that you start to get miraging. That's what.
See, you're saying air and then more air.
Yeah, what's the problem?
You haven't created a distinction. But my point is you do the observations. You can see those docks that are to the left of you, about 100 yards, right? Or not 100 yards. It's at least 100 feet.
Yeah,
that's it minimum. Okay, good. Have you ever witnessed the what you coined the ether band, that narrow band that you have you ever experienced that happening at such a short distance?
No.
Why not?
Because the distance is again. Let's say it's no. Your question is no different than my saying that the shoreline that's a mile away. Yesterday, I could see it straight down to the shoreline, but today it was in the band. There was an inferior mirage. I could not see the same rock. That rock that I saw yesterday was gone today because it was behind the band. The
No,
reason
that's
why,
not at all my question.
hold on. Maybe let me finish real quick. The reason why I didn't change my distance, I didn't change my height, I didn't change my focal length. The only thing that changed was the conditions of the medium. So if I'm looking at the dock that's only 100 feet away, the amount of distance and the amount of the medium through which I'm looking is so small that it's not going to be distorted in the same way if that dock were a mile away.
Well, no, you still haven't really addressed what I said.
Okay,
I
I
said,
apologize.
why haven't you? I mean, we're talking like, bring the camera down. That's a little closer to the water. That's fine because obviously from a
that's only going to
different...
affect the pilings of the dock. That's not going to affect the upper part of the dock. But
I didn't say anything. No, I didn't say anything about the upper part of the dock.
But you want me to lower my camera and
Yes.
film? Okay.
Something that's only 100 feet away.
Why?
Because according to you, one, the ether band is three-dimensional, meaning that like you were saying, when the boats go into the ether band, that particular layer is three-dimensional, meaning it should theoretically extend all the way to your observation point. Would you agree?
I'm sorry, just for clarification, you said it should extend all the way to the observation point. What's the it?
That layer of ether band, that thing you say boats are going into.
Okay, yeah. As far as I understand you, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. So that means that it would also extend to that dock that's 100 yards.
Okay, I think
No. Talking about I'm asking why he doesn't make observations that are considerably closer.
Because
and have the same effect.
You're not going to get the same effect at that distance, Erebus. That's what I'm saying.
You're not really giving me a why not.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so I think he's asking why aren't you taking those to include in your conclusions? Is that kind of what you're saying, Erebus?
Okay, how about this, Erebus? How about this? Let's pretend that there weren't a dock there. Okay.
Oh no, I don't want to. Don't do that.
Hold on. No. I'm going to try to hopefully give you an analogy that might satisfy you to a certain extent, right? So I do have boats that have come across my field of view that are maybe 200 feet away.
You've already stated that you don't know how far out they are.
Okay, you can
so
guess.
You can't use that.
Okay,
that's not good enough, dude.
All right, that's fine. I'm trying to satisfy your criterion. Okay, but again, I'm not.
Tell you what, you're still back at home, right?
What?
Are you back at home? You're in Maryland, right?
No, I'm working right now. I'm in my truck.
Not now. I'm talking about you're not in California, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
To help you out, and to maybe give you a baseline to actually go off of, take your camera. You can do it early morning is probably your best bet, just because or late evening. Not, maybe before dusk, that kind of thing. That way you don't have to worry about the sunrise and shit, unless that's not an issue for you, and that's fine. Figure out how far you are away from those docks, right? Actually, just like, if you have to use Google Earth, by all means, go ahead. From your typical observation point. And then what I want you to do is I want you to lower your camera really close to the water and see if you have that effect occur at such a small distance, because if what you say is true and it is three-dimensional, the effect will be seen.
Okay, I don't disagree with you conceptually. Yes, okay.
But here's the thing. If it is seen at such a short distance, then it is not what you consider it is.
Well, you would have to have omniscience about all of the variables that are going into that observation. So you can make that claim. That's fine. Okay.
I make that claim from a knowledge standpoint.
Okay, so let me try to think about what's the point that you're trying to. What are you trying to debunk for my claim?
One, you're ascribing physicality to something without taking into account any actual variables other than distance
and height.
Yeah, okay. And that if that's the case, then and you have done footage where you get really close to the water, and the effect is, let's just say, enhanced or magnified, if that's a better way of.
Okay.
All right. So you have actually done the precise experiment I'm referring to. The difference is you're doing it over an extended distance.
Sure, like I've done that. I've done that with the Red Roof House. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
I know. That's why I'm making the reference. Now, theoretically, you should do it at a very close, something that's extremely close, comparatively speaking, and the effect should be seen. But like I said, if it is seen, it kind of invalidates your claim.
I disagree. So what I'll do is Saturday. Well, I guess I can do it in the morning. I'll do it in the morning. Saturday and Sunday, I have both my mornings and evenings free. Okay, so I will go out Saturday morning. I'll do a low level. Go ahead.
Before I'm going to ask one thing of you. Take this from the exact same point in the exact same direction. Everything is the same, right? Where you're aiming, everything is the same. The only difference is try doing the same observation at solar noon for your area.
What if this weekend is cloudy?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. I won't know what solar noon is because
I'll get the website for you. There's a website that'll tell you what time your time is solar noon. It's
Okay.
It's not exact. It's not really when this. It's like it's a time.
Yeah. Plus or minus an hour is fine.
Okay.
So you can take your footage in the morning at dawn, then take it again at solar noon or in and about. It's about, like I said, about an hour in the other direction of solar noon is fine. And then you can take it again at dusk.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm going to make a prediction for you.
Okay.
Okay. And by doing this, you can actually prove me wrong. My prediction is in the morning, you're going to have you're going to have an inferior mirage, and or there's going just a small one, not much. At solar noon, you will easily see to the target point without any effect whatsoever. And in the evening, you'll see that effect again as you did in the morning, probably just slightly greater.
Okay, so less in the morning, greater at dusk. Okay.
In and about, yes.
Okay.
So I'm clear on this. Erebus, so what you've done is you've laid out what you need Travis to do with his photos.
Yes.
And right now you are giving, in a sense, a prediction of what will happen.
Yes.
Okay. Just for clarification.
Now, also, what you can also do is based off of what you see at such the closer range, you can effectively get an idea of what's going to happen in the distance, based almost solely on that one observation, or those once you these are controls. This is
okay. I'm following.
observation.
Yeah.
So it means that you could essentially, if you get an effect up close, right, then you should get a similar or same effect at the distance. And vice versa. If you do not get an effect, chances are you're not going to get that. You're not going to get one at a further distance.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
Holy crap. We just made fucking history. Erebus and Travis just had a adult conversation. And they got somewhere. No one said it could be done. No one. But it was here on Sean G. But hey, real shit though, Travis, Erebus, thank you guys, because you guys have like the worst history, and you guys just had a 45-minute conversation with zero BS. So awesome. Thank you both. Now where's that Chris bitch? I want some of him. I was playing. No, I think he had to go to work. I think he typed it earlier. I was just playing. But on a better note, but Erebus, I was listening, but I was more in wait. But what is the what do you see when you're bringing the observation closer?
You should essentially. Now, of course, when using the larger camera lens, it does. You're not. It won't. The effect won't be as like in your face, because of the fact that you have a much larger surface area as far as lens is concerned. But you will begin to see some of the effect. But the purpose is it gives you a bit of an idea of what will happen, right? So if you have the effect occur, right? Say if it's like in most of and a good portion of Travis's videos, when you see the inferior mirage, or you see something that looks like when he says like when the birds go into the air, then by all accounts that should be an effect that can be seen closer.
Okay. So it's just going to give you a more defined illusion of a way of controlling seeing what's happening.
It gives you a predictability to it.
Okay.
Meaning that you know what to expect.
Okay, because like I see how I don't know if Travis does it on purpose, but when I used to take pictures, I always thought, when you get those really far pictures, like the mountain range and the distances and all that stuff, that you're gonna get a lot of you would get a lot of the effects, and everyone watched those. But I guess if you're trying to investigate what is happening and why, and the different variables in which these things can happen, you want to bring it a little closer. You want to be able to control it a little bit better, right? Or have more control,
or less,
or have more control over the situation, or of how things are set up, I guess. Because well, if I'm going for a long distance to try to show curvature and all that shit, then I'm gonna have 5 days out of 365 days that are gonna be worth the shit. Hope I get there.
Well, here's the thing, though. And that's one of the reasons why I DM'd you about certain things. If you're gonna do your, what do you say, 2 miles?
I think it's 2.5. Yeah.
Okay. First, do a control. Do something that's relatively, maybe 100 feet, 200 feet. That's fine. And do this pretty much the same what I described to Travis. Now, at that 2 mile mark or whatever, at the end, you're gonna need something there.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
To give you, if you're just 2 miles and it just goes off into the nothingness, or just vacant landscape, you have no way of making any determinations other than, hey, look, sky.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, a closer reference point, basically.
That helps,
Yeah.
and some kind of marker.
Yeah.
Because if the effect occurs, then that marker will give you the indication.
Okay, I see. Yeah. Yeah, that makes okay. Yeah, this is just more of the breaking it down version of long distance. You start breaking it down more, you get to actually verify what those gradients in that atmosphere is. What is it doing along a predicted path?
My other suggestion is take your shoes off and get in the water.
Huh?
I do. I've done that, but
I don't want to hang on. Wait, fuck that. Hang on. How far into the water do I gotta go?
Shin deep? No, not far.
Deep? Oh man.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep my shoes on. I'm gonna let you guys know I got a toe phobia. I don't like my. That's gross. I don't like the way.
You have to buy
get your toes.
You gotta buy waders. Then I have a set of waders that I bought when the water gets too cold. But
no,
so
there's a reason behind that. But given the time of year, it will make sense.
So what if the
Is it me or did Travis just stop talking?
Oh, okay, I'm good.
I was kind of confused. I didn't know if it was me or not. I was like, what the fuck? Travis, you cut out completely.
Sorry about that. I had my dispatcher just called.
Oh, okay.
So if I'm going to take those low angle observations of the dock, and I get a if I get, let's just say, an inferior mirage, what if I then get that shot, but then I get up and I take a shot over at the Red Roof House or the Airbnb house?
You'll get a similar effect.
What if I don't? What if the image is distorted, but it's not the same distortion? Right? Because
given the pattern of your photographs, I'm going to have to say that you're going to get the same effect.
Okay. I wouldn't, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't ever. I'm going to say that the variables aren't going to be the same. Because there have been times where I've taken images at 5.5 feet of the Red Roof House and it's just a blur. There's no...
I'm aware.
Right. So I doubt that blur is going to be at that dock at a lower angle.
Why not?
I just, in my mind, I just don't think it's going to be the same. I just don't think it would be the same.
You're referring to heat haze. Is that correct? Atmospheric turbulence?
I don't know. I don't know that I would call it heat haze. Heat haze dynamic, if you're talking. I've gotten a lot of images where heat haze is there, and it looks like the wind is blowing so crazy. It looks like you're looking at a river flowing, but you're in the air.
You can, but you identify it as atmospheric turbulence.
Yeah, but I have images of the Red Roof House, not turbulent, but it is distorted to a blur.
Then again, my suggestion as far as that's concerned, if you're doing it from one, raise your tripod to your eye level, dude. I understand that you like to have it at a set height.
No, it is. I mean, it's. I get it to where I don't have to stoop down too far, but it's pretty much right at my head level.
Eye level. The reason being is so that way you can actually look through your viewfinder and not just rely on the digital display.
Yeah, I don't think 6 inches is going to make that big of a difference, but
that's what she said.
Trust me when I say this, that it actually 6 inches definitely makes a difference.
That's what she said.
But yes, if you would witness atmospheric turbulence at short distances as well. I mean, the quickest example is just simply a hot car. You could look at over your car's roof, and you see atmospheric turbulence, and that's inches away from you.
Yeah, but that's assuming that if you take a picture of something over the roof of your car and you have that heat haze turbulence, and then you take a picture of something that's away, same, don't have to look. It's not going to be the same.
Every other word.
Yeah.
That was all we heard.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll try to do some of that this weekend. I'll definitely do the lower angle shots this weekend.
Yeah. And if you have something that you can use as a marker, maybe a bob from, like a fishing bob, something that you could recognize clearly.
I could probably do. Yeah, I could probably drop something down from the dock.
Right. Just have it sit on the water.
Between me or at the dock.
The dock.
Yeah.
Because I know that if you just have the vertical legs, it's not going to really. You can get some indications, but it's not going to give you the indication that you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
So having something that you can see, if you're standing up or if you're crouched down, you can see it. But as soon as you lower that camera to where it's as low as safely possible, then if you see an effect, i.e., portions of that object disappear, then more than likely, when you look out over the distance, you'll see a similar effect. And if they don't, then the same can be said.
Okay, but again, I'm not really sure what it is that you're trying. What is it that you're trying to establish ultimately? Like, say this wasn't a flat Earth ether band discussion. What would you have the same point to make, or is this because of my?
Oh no, I've already. See, the thing is I've technically addressed this from a different claim, and in doing so, made had an epiphany, if you will. And a lot of that has to do with certain the times of day, such as like you do, and so did was it BM, whatever the hell his name is.
His name's Bo. If you say Bo,
that's fine. The observations were done roughly at certain select times. Other individuals have done the same thing and to utilize that those conditions to create an effect. You may not necessarily be doing it on purpose, because but you do primarily do your observations at early morning or even just before dawn, maybe all the way up until mid-morning, and then you'll do them again towards the evening. Basically, it's like doing them before work and then after work. Is that about correct?
at times, sure, but I have gone out at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So yeah, for the most part, I go up, and if I get home, whatever.
Right. And if
So
you,
for me,
if you here's something that'll help you out. Go through your footage at about between 2 and 3, or between 1 and 3 in the afternoon, and look at those and see how different they look compared to, early morning, between 5 and 9 or 10, and then the same for the evening time, between 5 until sunset. You're going to find that you're going to begin to see a pattern, something that you normally wouldn't be looking for. Because what you're seeing is predictable.
I don't disagree that you can predict the conditions or the effect of the conditions in terms of, like, say, visibility. I don't disagree that you can predict those. My contention is what Sean talked about a little bit earlier, and that is you can't predict what that condition is going to do to the image.
I just told you a way to do that.
Okay. Well, we'll see if
What I meant was more of an exact, like you couldn't say that in that image that you were saying of the Black Swan platform, where you're like, well, that part's compressing, this part's towering, that part's doing this. I don't think you could be that precise, but you could definitely predict a miraging effect or something that would conduce with that.
that's
what
where
Erebus is.
your side, I would think, since I'm trying to accommodate to Erebus's guidelines, I would say that's my request from your side, not necessarily you, Sean, but anybody else out there. You've got to make that kind of a prediction, not just that these conditions are going to be there, but the conditions are going to create this kind of a distortion on the image that we're taking in.
Well, again, Erebus is, but you're asking the impossible. I think Erebus is probably as close as you're going to get to the reality of it, of predicting these effects. That's pretty much right to say, right, Erebus? What he's asking for is a little bit too much, but what you're trying to explain is the same thing, just not as detailed.
It's simpler, but essentially, if you knew, say for instance, in the case of the Black Swan, knowing the certain factors, such as yes, the water temperature, but that's only one part of the factor. It's also a matter of what the temperature and pressure, as well as the humidity. If there are like individual layers for these things, meaning you could have a pocket of, a layer of warm air close to the water, cooler air on top, and then another layer of, hot air coming off of the coast or some shit, and then another layer of cool air and whatnot. That's where you get these combination mirages, is due to the fact that it's going through these differing temperature differentials and pressure differentials.
Yeah. I bet that happens a lot during a Santa Ana.
Oh yeah, because I mean, think about the weather in that region.
Mm.
You've got cold air coming off of most of the California mountain range that I cannot remember the name of it right now.
Well, it's San
that comes down. Yeah, that comes down.
Are you talking about the Rocky Mountains?
From there? At this point,
if you're talking about weather, we're talking Rocky Mountains. But if you're talking just conditions, San Diego, we have San Bernardino.
Well, yeah, just imagine the amount of fog that occurs along the California coastline.
Yeah, that's a big issue.
That's due to the colder, you have water, evaporating from the warm ocean, and it's hitting that cold air and condensing, and creates that, basically the cloud, basically a cloud at, eye level.
Yeah, exactly. When I used to live in the mountains, I used to have many a days where I would drive to work, like for the first 45 minutes of my drive was with like 8-9 feet of visibility, doing like 30 miles an hour on a freeway. It was fun.
So yeah, now imagine conditions just shy of fog forming, but you still have a cooler, that cooler blanket of air, coming off, either from the actual, in the direction of the Pacific, coming in towards the coastline.
Yep.
Or something that's coming across, these are crosswinds that they do actually affect, the temperature and obviously the humidity of the area.
In Southern California, see, this is the thing. I know Southern California's got to have some badass like optical stuff that happens, because we get when we get our storms. This is how at least in San Diego we gauge if we're going to the mountains or not. For snow. If the storm's coming from the south, it's going to be a warm storm. It's going to be warm, and if it's coming from the north, it's going to be a cold one. That's when the snow comes. But the reality of it is that those pressures, they push against each other all day long, all the time. And in California is like right where it happens at. And then we also have the desert with all the dry air. It's like
I've been to the California desert. I know.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen. So that's the thing. I've been a lot of places. I don't think there's a sunset that tops our being out like at Glamis or Death Valley. Impossible. And I think you only really see it because of how dry it gets, how crisp everything is. You see detail. You see detail from distances. It's crazy.
So the only thing I didn't hear you talk about, Erebus, is the variables of water, air, temperature. You don't need any of that information. You're just concerned about the observation itself. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, yeah. From you, that I don't need any of that. You can. I mean, you can. That if you can just. Oh, okay. Tell you what. The temperature, the actual temperature of the day. Just simple. Whatever it is for the area, all right. And if you want to stick a thermometer in the water, go ahead. But
yeah, I actually bought at least I bought 2 different barometers with a couple other gauges along with.
he's still talking.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No, you just disappeared.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm sitting here in the same spot. So
It's Discord. It's definitely Discord.
Yeah, I've had to drop out a couple times and come back in because the mic would just stop.
Are you using push to talk, Travis?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's Discord then. Okay, I know the regular settings, you're supposed to be able to talk and then not, the compressor or whatever the hell you call it doesn't affect it. The hell are
Sean.
You? Hey, what's up, big boy? How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. What are you guys up to?
Just hanging out.
Stuff.
Just got
Stuff
done
and things.
listening to an anomaly. You ready for this, Blue? Travis
Yeah.
and Erebus have been talking for almost an hour, like adults. They've gotten along the whole time, or they pretended to get along the whole time very well.
I heard Travis yelling.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. Did you really? Q.
That was very. That was very.
Hang on, stop. Hang on, Travis. Talk.
That was
Q.
ages ago.
Hang on. Talk, Q.
About what?
Oh, I just noticed you changed your avatar.
Oh, you like it? Doesn't it look good?
And then for me, it's like I'm looking at it on all my screens, and it's like really big.
It's a good avatar.
It is really.
Sorry,
good.
it just makes me think of things that I shouldn't be thinking of.
So do you guys?
Is that a duck?
No, it's a boat.
No, it's a duck.
Okay, listen. I'm not really sure I understand why you're laughing. The video. The video
Travis, Travis,
what?
get a sense of humor, man.
And that just makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't live in your world of humor. I don't know when you guys are being serious or not. So you know,
because you don't get sarcasm.
If
Travis.
we're talking about
Okay, Travis, is this picture serious?
which I don't know what I'm looking at. What am I looking
Look in the chat, dude. Look up in the chat, dude.
Chat, dude. The last thing I see is Willie Pfister. You just advanced to level 3. That's what I see.
I think you're in the wrong place.
The live stream text. But
I think wrong window, dude. Maybe.
Just hearing those words deadpan is funny.
Maybe close that window for now.
Well, it's good delivery, isn't it?
I'm not. Yeah.
I got it. He was trying to
Yeah,
tell
I don't
Sean
even.
You have to clip that.
I don't even know where that. Now that I closed that chat. Now that I closed that chat, I don't even know where it came from.
Oh yeah, nice cover.
No, seriously.
This is a
But,
pop up. It's a pop up. You were just looking up sneakers and it popped up.
Willie Fister, you have now advanced to
I'm
level 3.
Listen,
Woohoo!
I'm so naive that I didn't even get the Willie Fister part until after you guys started laughing.
Hey, but I can hear you smiling now, Travis. It's good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So what's your point, Q, now with my image?
I was asking you if it was a serious image or a joke.
What do you mean? It's a very serious image.
Is it a jet ski with a barbecue?
No, there's at least 5 different boats in that frame.
So then this picture's serious?
Are you showing a different one?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got. Why are you laughing? Look, look. Oh, never mind. That was anyway.
Okay, now I'm
because this is not boats, dude. This is not.
Yes,
boats.
they are. Yes, they are. See, this is where I'm incredulous at the fact that you guys can tell me what I'm seeing when I take these images
wait, Travis.
over and over and over again.
Travis. I agree.
No,
I think
Travis,
those are boats.
Can I?
Let's get that.
Can I respond to what Travis just said?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Please.
Okay, Travis. What good is showing a bunch of people a photograph where you have to tell them what's the photograph of and they can't just see what it is for themselves?
Because you might not be right about what you think you see.
Well, you might not be right about what you think you see.
I
You're
know
dictating to me
oh
that
my
this
God,
is 5.
you.
You're dictating to me that this is 5 boats, but I can't clearly see that this is 5 boats, dude.
That's because they're in the band. They are in an inferior mirage.
Oh, which
so
band
yeah.
are they in? I might have heard of them.
It's a band.
They're in The Who. Or quite possibly
No,
The
it's the Spice Girls.
Who? What?
No, it's the Knack.
Travis, you know how we show you that video of that boat going, disappearing from bottom up? And the whole time you watch it disappear from bottom up, you can tell that it's a boat. There's no question.
Those are different conditions, Q. Those are different conditions. Yeah, sure, great.
Okay, but different conditions don't change the shape of things.
Yeah, they do. That's why you're ignorant about this discussion, Q.
Hey.
No, I didn't. No. She's not stupid. Q is not stupid. I'm saying she doesn't have.
But
she doesn't have the experience behind her to be able to make those statements that she's making right now. That's absolutely
I'm not permitted.
correct.
How do you know though?
No, I didn't.
I don't want to have to.
I haven't graduated from the school of Travis's nonsense.
Travis.
I don't get that one. How do you know?
Yeah,
because
if you presented that photo.
Wait a minute. I'll just translate. Everything he just said basically boils down to "Shut up, Q. The men are talking."
No, I did not say that.
Yeah.
No,
She
I
does
didn't.
not have the experience to be allowed to make the comments she just made.
Well, I did. That's
boils down to "Shut up, Q. The men are talking."
Well,
that's incorrect.
She's not stupid. Oh no.
Here she
She's not
goes.
stupid.
Q's
She
triggered.
just doesn't have the experience to be
It's-
allowed to make those comments.
It's triggered, Sean. It's triggered.
Hang on.
It's triggered. It's triggered.
Hang on.
Ooh.
Here's the
That's
thing.
even more incredulous.
That's why I asked why.
Travis is
How do
using
you
a
know
backhoe
that?
on this
Because
fucking hole.
if we're talking like experience in photography, then I probably have more than you. I just don't have more of you over that location.
Right. So you have no way of telling me that I'm wrong or to challenge what I'm saying. What
I got more experience in using logic than you do, Travis.
That doesn't make sense.
That's
Way
right.
more.
That's why I don't challenge you on the logic scale, Q, because you're right.
Well,
You're right.
I don't get that. So Travis, you're saying someone who's been a photographer, not me, someone who's been a photographer for 50 years and only did desert photos or in the mountains, you have more experience in photography than them?
No. See, that's where you guys create straw men. I didn't say that.
Well, Well,
I'm gonna destroy a straw man
I only,
right now.
I only
just
created
said-
one man, and he's not straw. He's strong.
I just
Okay, hold on.
Just
hold
something
on.
I wanted
hold
to
on, real
bring
quick.
up.
Hold on, real quick. So if I can show you an image of this same shot, and these images are not there, right? That shows you that those images are not permanent. They're transient. You know, they come and. This was a day where
Kind of like your thoughts.
In this day there was a high level of boat activity in front of Battery Island. I mean, it's not that.
Travis, if I was a layman and I saw this photo, I'd be going, "What the fuck am I looking at?"
Right,
It's
and
a
then
jet ski with a barbecue.
Right, and then if I were the one who took the picture, I could tell you. And if you had
you shouldn't have to explain the photo.
Oh my God, that is absolutely so ignorant.
Davros.
That's such an ignorant comment.
Tone it down.
Absolutely.
Just tone it down a little bit, Davros.
I got a question just for clarification.
Oh, hello. Wait,
Sean.
Sean. Wait, don't come on here hot, all right, dude? Don't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. Let me tone it down a little bit.
Go ahead, John. My bad.
No. Did the boats change size? Did they actually change, or was it an image?
These boats were they were the island.
You actually cut out there. They were what?
They were all stationary.
You're cutting out again, Travis. Which will give me an opportunity to let everyone know this is going to be old school. I'm going to give everyone the 10-minute warning. You guys remember that?
Usually 15. What's going on here?
Fine. 15-minute warning, okay? Fuck, my bad.
No. 20.
No, 15. Oh, no, 15.
50 minutes? Sweet.
We'll put it this way.
Cool.
It's only until he goes off live. It's not till we all have to go to bed.
We should ask
8
John.
a.m. here. Why the fuck would I go to bed now?
Why not?
Actually, I might go to bed. It's 11:30.
That was a very good point, Q.
I know, right?
I was like, everyone's gonna be like, I don't want to.
But
I'm not
Sean,
tired.
I have to ask you. Sorry, I have to ask you. Why was my comment classified as ignorant if I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at?
Oh, it was nothing you said or thought. It was just the tone.
Yeah,
And no,
I
I know.
always use that tone.
I know.
Fuck.
I just wanted to be said.
Actually, not ignorant. It's kind of.
Yeah, I just wanted to say it. So when you did do it, it was like at least I tried instead of just like someone going, "You just let Davros talk shit," and it's like, no, that's how he talks. But at least I jumped in. It was it's just a look. It's all show.
I still think the crocodile cow is more likely than the jet ski barbecue.
Yeah.
I like the cow. Cow looks good.
It's not CGI.
I did my best, guys. I did my best. I got some wrong. It's okay.
Yeah, Travis, if you're still listening.
Well, Q.
No, but isn't that your point?
This is what you got to do, Q. You gotta stand up and you gotta try to shake the penis out of you so you can talk.
What?
Never mind, I was joking around.
I wasn't the one who was looking at Willie Fister.
I know.
Oh, that was absolutely true.
But is Chris jealous? That's the important question.
And for the record, yes, I
about
did
Willie
say
fisting.
that.
An idea. That don't have any
What we're
refract.
talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, at least we can tell what's going on in the cow and the crocodile one, right?
Sean, why do people have to be so fucking serious all the time?
Montreal, you're the only idiot claiming that.
We need a new platform. Discord is fucked.
Yeah, I'm doing Monday. I'll be back on Meets.
Cool.
Yeah,
I like Discord.
I do too. I have a lot more control here. It's just when you're watching, it's just better to watch the meets than Discord, because then I got to do so much extra to make it so people can half-ass see what's going on. Like right now, I had to like go, do I want people to see who's talking, or do I want people to see the list? Well, if you go big screen, you can see the list, but I had to go for talking.
Yeah.
And like,
So try Zoom then instead if you want to
Why
control.
can't you just make the list really big and then just put the people talking over it?
Because Discord's cheaper.
yeah. Well, if I do that, I could just do one list. But the thing is like, for instance, today's like a good day. Yesterday was a good day too, where so many people get in the panel that that list just takes up the whole screen. There's nowhere for that list to go with names, because people like fucking Max and Davros feel the need to have fucking long ass names.
Okay. But okay, so you can take and put the whole window as the Discord chat thing, right? And then put the bouncing icons in the center of that over it, and then put the list of everybody who's on in another one where it's just cropped out as a list, like in over this thing that says like MPS and content provider.
Yeah,
right?
like right now, like I'll do what you're saying right now. It's gotta get there. It is. So like right now, I have just the Discord. Oh yay, Toadie's here. I bet he's
Jesus, what the
Jesus
fuck?
Christ!
Are you on the same website? What the fuck?
No,
Okay.
he's at a lay-by. He's getting the window tapped on.
Cody's coming in hot.
Like this is as basic as it gets, but then it shows you, like, if you look at YouTube right now, like if more than one person talks at a time or someone cuts someone else off, like all the icons flash up. So when I have them all set up and I put it like in a corner or the bottom of the screen,
What the hell is wrong with you, Sean? Who cares about such a stupid thing?
you told me to do this. I was just listening to you.
No, so what if more than one icon comes up? It
I don't
just
know.
makes it look more interesting. It's like a pileup on the freeway. People can't take their eyes off of it.
That is this whole conversation.
Is Sean is Sean Smith still in?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so that day, like there.
That went far.
Yeah.
That went nowhere.
Okay, how about
That's because
now?
Willie Fester joined.
Gotcha, we got him.
How about now?
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay,
So
it
Travis,
seemed like
I heard you found me on that other website.
Did you? I was gonna be mad at you because you were never come back around here, but I see you were waiting for a moment, and you picked the perfect one.
Look at his name, Sean.
Well played, Brian. Well fucking played.
He
I
finally
see
made
it.
a joke.
Yep. Well played, Brian.
After 4 months, you made it funny.
Take a bow, Brian, because that was awesome. Oh, today is such a monumental day. Brian tells a fucking funny ass. Awesome, Brian. And then to top it off, Erebus and Travis conversated. That kind of scares me.
Okay, so how about now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, they were anchored. All of the boats were about.
They were
Oh,
anchored.
for fuck's sake.
They were about what?
The votes were anchored.
All right. I don't know if it's Discord's fault. Fuck Discord. If it's my
No,
fault,
it's his fault
I don't.
because he's driving.
Are you driving again?
Yeah, I just pulled. I just wait, but I'm in.
Wait, I just.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
I thought everyone in the US was unemployed. I thought we had social distancing in effect. How can Travis be driving?
Oh,
His
essential.
His occupation is serial murderer.
So he gets a special dispensation. Okay,
The
cool.
granola bars don't get there on their own.
I'm just Travis. You don't carry dead bodies in your truck, do you? I'm gonna take that as a no comment.
They're stuck to the front of the grill.
No, people would see that.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
It was like, how should I answer this?
No, fucking A. No, listen.
Got the one on the roof.
I was gonna push unmute. Accident.
You're cutting out again.
I hate Discord.
Yeah, but it was Discord worked long enough for you to go. No.
No, I don't. That's what it was.
It was real clear too.
Like you practiced it. He's like, oh no. Should I be like, no, how dare you? Or should I be like, no? Or should I be like, no, I don't? Yeah, that's good. Let's go. Let's try that again. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, he's just wondering if technically, because he put them inside a freezer in the back of the van, if he's no longer carrying them in the trunk.
He's like, trucks don't have trunks, stupid.
What did you do with the Kennedys, Travis? What did you do to those Kennedys?
Yeah, we did hear a little rumor you're in the vicinity of a crime.
He can't answer us. He doesn't have a lawyer.
Understandable. You should definitely not speak unless you have a lawyer present. Especially if that's the situation. Seriously, like, that's a bad idea. I'm not a lawyer. Don't come to me. Don't come to me with, where do I hide the body? At the morgue while you in. They'll take care of it while you're in jail.
Pigs. You need to know somebody who's got.
Yeah, good job, not a farmer.
Yep.
Now I see why you're not a farmer. You're like, I'm not a farm. Well, no, whoa, hell, nope. I ain't ever been on a farm. My dad owned a farm, but I've never been a farmer because farmers know how to do something like what you just said.
You're always going to have problems lifting the body in one piece. Apparently,
Sean,
the best thing to do
that
is
does
cut
raise a
up
question
into
though, as to
6
why he
pieces.
was already aware of curly fries.
Yep. That, yeah.
It reminds him of
Why is-
pigtails.
Okay, look, Travis may be a serial killer, but we don't have to go on a vacation with him.
This is true.
Well, I kind of did.
I was actually about to say, Sean,
And,
how was that?
and I didn't know he was a serial. If I would have known Travis, I would not have I wouldn't have met up with you, dude.
You
I
must
wouldn't
not
have,
have
dude.
thought
I
to
wouldn't have
take
brought
him.
my girl to meet up with you. Like, dude, we.
It was a good thing
That
you
that
did.
must be why you lived, because you doubled
That's
up.
right.
You
That's
used the buddy system.
exactly it. That's exactly it. I knew.
Were you disappointed, Travis? Were you like,
I was.
all right, so you're
Buddy
not helping.
system.
You're definitely not helping your. I didn't get killed because of the buddy system. All right. Yeah, you could have told me, man. I could have thrown you a couple bucks to take one of us out. Almost got something thrown at me. Yeah, but if I would have known, that scares me.
Well, next time ask me. I know everything.
He was like, "Hey, do you want a beer?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Let me take this over here for a second." I felt a little woozy. I was like, "I gotta get out of here. Bye." I've been.
Always make sure you drink his beer, not.
Well, I don't know. I kept switching them and going, "Let's play a game." I was like, oh. Which one is it in? You win, you go home. If I win, you go to sleep.
You went to go take pictures of a boat, and Travis brought a shovel and a tarp.
Yeah, he had a little coffin that he holds behind his truck. It's crazy. It's like a little coffin. Just find a little hole to push you into it.
It's called a trailer.
Tomato.
Refrigerated trailer?
It would definitely be a lot easier to bury that trailer than a toy hauler trailer.
One day, Travis is going to be on the news as the Flat Earth Chesapeake Bay serial murderer.
This is what I'm thinking, right? It wouldn't be funny if it turned out to be true, would it? We'd all be going, oh my god.
Yeah,
I don't
fuck
know.
all y'all. I'd be like, oh my god. I met up with the dude. What the fuck?
You'll probably be on the news.
Yeah, you get your 15
Be
minutes of
like,
fame.
not only did I survive, but I also debunked him.
Yeah, true story.
We also took some amazing photos. Check this out.
He seemed so quiet and normal. Well, normal other than the fact he believed the Earth was flat.
Change the whole story. Dun, dun, dun.
And has a moustache.
Oh.
By the way, Farmer.
Yeah.
Mr. Farmer, has Montreal stated when he believes radar was actually invented?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't think. Did he get that far as stating when it was invented?
Well, both myself and B-Ball have stated that it was back in the 1930s, just prior to World War II, that it was coming to fruition, and that's when it advanced.
Yes, that sounds about right.
You guys should ask Alan.
Oh yeah,
What do you mean no?
That's Google.
Yeah, but Alan.
No, I
did
want
it
a
back
5-minute explanation, Sean.
Yeah, there is that to it. I know where you're coming.
Yeah,
but yeah, we've got radar stations in place. The outbreak of the Second. I mean, that's how we knew that these huge fleets of German bombers were coming over, because we picked them up on radar. It was codenamed Chain Home. So and we were ahead of the Germans by several years. The Germans sort of lagged behind. But yeah, it was first really developed in the 30s, and we'd got it in place. The Battle of Britain started, which is what, 1940?
All right, guys. I hate to break up the enthralling conversation, but I gave the warning, and I gotta abide by it. I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Blue wants to talk to you first, Sean.
What? Who?
Blue wants to talk to you.
He left.
Blue's not.
He's gone. There he was gone.
Sean, you ignorant bastard.
I didn't. What did I do now?
You have let down spherical God.
Yeah.
What did I do? Really, really late tonight.
See, you don't even know what you've done. I mean, that's even worse.
It's not Sean.
Did I cut him off?
Maybe.
Did I cut him off really bad?
If you did, I didn't hear me talking either.
Oh, maybe it was the Discord thing, because I didn't hear Blue talk at all.
He should just get a cowbell, and when we interrupt him, he should just bang on it. No one be
Yeah.
like, oops, sorry.
Oh yeah, we need more cowbell.
If that was the case, Blue, I don't know if I heard you or not, but I my bad. I didn't mean to. I apologize.
I've got a fever. The only cure.
Oh, Jesus
There's
Christ.
more cowbell.
Wait, do you have a fever?
Don't have a fever these days.
I'm so...
Yeah, don't say that shit on live stream, man.
I need more cowbell. That's what it is.
Just like a knock on his door.
Yeah.
And the way to get around saying those words, it's human malware is currently what's going on.
No, you could call it the beer bug.
Yeah, the beer bug.
Jeez.
The Budweiser bug.
People, I'm gonna get out of here. I did want to say this. I do want to especially thank Erebus and Travis, because literally you two are the last two people on Earth that should be able to have a conversation with each other and it actually go according. So thank you guys for that. What I do want to prolong this idea of attack the globe. So I
never
got
really happened, did it?
Well, no, it didn't. But at the same time, no one came at it expecting Travis to explain what he was trying to say either. So in a sense, it kind of was. And I kind of want to continue on with that. I do like the dialogue. I think it'd be just more of a situation where I'm making sure it's more civil, but I do like that aspect because realistically, if like I was saying before, if I'm as confident to globe as you are, farmers, then we shouldn't. They're really. I mean, it gets annoying, but we shouldn't have any problem with being asked 1,000 questions about it. Whether we know it or not is different. But you know what I mean?
I know exactly. I mean, yeah, there are so many evidences that I could give the Earth flat. I mean, yes, like you say, I couldn't answer every single question because if you start talking things like matter, I'm not your man for that.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I know exactly what you mean. But if we've got a decent sized panel as well, between us all, there shouldn't be any question that we can't provide at least a half decent answer for.
And exactly. So like for instance, in the chat, from Montreal, like Travis, you feel like it was more. Did you feel like you were asking more questions than having to answer?
That would be yes.
Okay.
Squawk once for yes and twice for no.
He did reply.
Oh, okay.
You didn't hear me?
No.
I said it was about 50.
50. He said it's 50.
Okay. Well, it's better than the 10 on 1. So
yeah,
at least
He said it's Willie 50. He said it's Willie Fister, not 50.
Speaking of, the answer to that question is no. I have big hands.
It's on a roll.
2 in 1 day. Fuck.
Good time.
And you've got a sex chat.
Yep. Let me read this real
You've
quick.
got all the sex
from Bjorn. Yeah, he gave me sex. Sean, I'm a fan of your channel. It's open to all ideas, which I respect. Unfortunately, I can't deny that the evidence that the Earth is a ball. But if any flat earthers have any better evidence, then look at the horizon, or because God. I'm all ears.
Oh, same here.
If you have anything other than those reasons. I see. Got it.
I think
Thank you,
forgot.
Bjorn. I appreciate the hell out of that, man.
It's just Yorn.
Yeah. What do I say? I say Bjorn, don't I?
You do.
Well, that's what I read.
That's fair.
He's never corrected me once.
You're gonna have to get more cultural. You're running an international channel, Sean.
Yeah.
You mean
All
a
those
channel
foreigners.
for foreigners?
Yeah, channel for foreigners.
Yeah, and people who have problems being the right way up.
Yeah.
You could call
because
it foreign truth.
We're so northern hemi, what's it?
That's like 500 sex, dude. You're gonna be up all night.
Did you ask your missus first?
Cue Willie Fister.
Good old William.
William Fister, Esquire.
That's funny. Yeah, but that's the plan. I kind of like. I like that aspect of it. Or maybe if it is that way, just make sure it's controlled and it's never going to be It can be 1 against 10. I mean, one day maybe, but I just want it to be more of a situation where I'm confident in what I understand about the globe, and to know it's a globe, and I know that's a big part of understanding things is how confident in your understanding are you, and a lot of people go in both directions with that, where they get overly confident.
Oh man.
And then there's people that don't want to even ask questions or don't want to say anything because they're not sure, and I want it to be a place where all those things start melting into one. You know what I mean? They equal out, and people start getting questions answered and whatnot. Because again, like I said, when I was a flat earther, that was the biggest problem I had, is when I was on quote unquote the fence. Who do I ask the questions to? And I needed a lot of people to do it, and luckily I got that. So I want to have a platform where there's, like you said, farmers. If I can't answer that question, if you can't answer that question, well, good thing I have a long list of panelists that can answer that question.
Yeah, I mean, look how many guys we had here earlier. Between all of us, when it comes to the shape of the Earth, there shouldn't have been a question that we couldn't answer.
Yeah, exactly. And again, regardless of it being attack the globe, attack flat Earth, the realization is that needs to be the norm. There's enough people. There should be enough people on both sides that can answer equally, right? But there's not. And at some point, I hope there's one thing that goes through every flat earther's mind, and that's who do I ask to verify what I think. And when you go out and ask these flat earth content creators, for the most part, you're not going to get an answer, and that should be a red flag. But
you ask Nathan Oakley. That's what you do.
Sean,
No, you don't.
Sean, read that dirty joke for $2.
Okay, yeah. 9 o'clock hero, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Sex ain't what it used to be."
Ain't what it used to be.
Nice.
Get it?
What it used to be.
We're talking money here, guys. We're talking money.
Yeah,
Are we though?
I know. Short. I just had an idea. Truth
that?
Army, Global Inquisition.
That sounds like a big ass word I can't spell.
What, Inquisition?
Yeah, it sounds like a big word.
It's got a Q in it.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That means it's this complicated
But
big word.
don't say nobody expects Inquisition, because they used to give you a month's warning.
Is that a joke?
Well, you've never seen the Monty Python sketch where they says, "Oh, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition," and then they burst and says, "Oh, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition." Well, actually, they did, because they used to give you a month's advance warning to give you time to repent of your sins.
Oh wow!
Just thought I'd throw that in there. You know.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the stream at that.
Yeah.
Like a good ending. I'll probably pop back in. I mainly, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this real quick because I'll be right back. All right, people, that was fun. Again, if you guys want to have a nice little good conversation with someone you couldn't, and you need a good moderator that will make sure it does, I think it can do it. Hope you guys like the new setup on that. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get the hell out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Can't think of anything I have planned, or I think tomorrow I'm probably not going to stream, only because I found that on Saturdays everyone streams, and it just makes it a little too difficult to figure out the time. So I think if I tell you guys I won't be, it'll be easier to not look for, and I can run around and jump on other people's panels if I want. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna go to get out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Peace.